Hello, happy Sunday everyone. We are back at it again with some The House in Fata Morgana. Good to see you. So the opening menu, also, man, it has been like, it feels like it's been ages since I streamed, but has it been ages? We didn't stream Thursday, Friday. We streamed Friday. No, we didn't stream Thursday, Friday. Wait, what day are we on? No stream on Thursday. We didn't do Friday. Oh wow, I haven't streamed in a while. No wonder it feels weird to me, weird and foreign. But yeah, good to see y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. It's been 84 years. Yeah, really. Gosh, it surprises me that it's been that long. But anyways, like I wanted to say, I swear this hand was not here the last time I opened up this game. I guess this game does that thing where like it changes the menu as far as you like get into it, which is kind of neat. Although I think what it would have been like crazier would have been if we got Sid from Ice Age right here too, because I don't remember this hand being here. It's kind of neat. That, or it's like selective memory. The week-long waits between sessions does things to our memory, you know? Yeah, it wasn't there before. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, anyways. Yeah, we've been keeping real busy. Work's been kicking my ass, but we stay with it. Yeah, I love when it happens, but also I tend to play for like 18 million years, so I end up missing a lot. Oh, You know, that is something I caught myself with in like, I think when I played Cold Steel 1. Because I didn't stream Cold Steel 1, and I had like sessions that were as long as like 6-8 hours. So I missed a ton of the like different changes to the opening menu. And I imagine I've probably missed a couple for like other games too. But yeah. Yeah, time to fight my great enemy in Where Wind Meets. Where Wind Meets. I've been seeing that around quite a bit. Looks kind of neat. Anyways, the end of me. I think last we left off, we completed one part of this story with Sid. Giselle, right? Giselle and Michelle. We saw Antonin the fuck. Yeah, I'll remind you to check the main menu when in Kai. Thank you. Yeah, and it is like on site with a couple of the people in the past here that did Giselle mad dirty. Now, let us return to our past. You sound tired as fuck. Okay, so I did kind of also take a nap. We are like freshly post nap too, so we got that going for us as well. The way I be taking these naps like right after work. See, I got off of work, and immediately as I got off, I had to bake a couple of cheesecakes. And then after I baked those cheesecakes, then I had to take care of my brother's dog. And I just had him like roaming around in my room for a time. Kind of fell asleep waiting for the cheesecakes to cool. And then they left. And pretty much right after that, I started. Yeah, I hope you can get some rest soon though. Oh, we've had 4 days. But you know what? It's all good because I also have my days off coming up pretty soon too for work. We will be getting our sleep in. Anyways, our story has only just begun. No matter what we thought or what we desired, no matter what we lost or how much pain we suffered, we must not shut this door. Yeah, we can't look away. These are the things that form the people we care about. Perfect darkness embraces us once more. I can see nothing, not even the woman beside me. But I shall not let go of her hand. Hey Flash, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I do not want her to slip away from me. Did we morb? Did the maid morb? Nah, but it's on site with Antonin, man. The way everyone in this game is like kind of a victim in some sort of way. It's fucked up. Except for Maria. Maria sucked. She was kind of a victim too, in the way that she had to move away and lost her like inheritance and like her family power and stuff like that. So I mean, like, you know, I think that's one really cool and interesting thing that I love about this game. It really captures the grayness of life in like the best way I can describe it, because it's not like, oh, good characters, bad characters. It's like good characters, good people who do bad things because of like bad circumstances. So it's like, damn, that's good stuff. I do not want her to slip away from me. I do not want to lose her. Like, one line really stuck with me last session, I think, where I think it was Michelle who said it, where they said something like, I have sympathy but I don't have forgiveness. No, I forget who said it. Someone said that line, and I was like, damn, that like kind of encapsulates how we might feel about most of these like villains and characters and stuff. I say villains, but yeah, just all characters. Yeah, I gotta love when games aren't afraid to make the characters human instead of these paragons. Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, of course, Giselle had to live and experience change. But man, to get stabbed and then like fall asleep in the pouring rain. The feeling of waking up in the forest after that with the birds chirping kind of gotta go hard. Oh wait, someone must have saved her, because that was an interior. Are we? Stay with me. Are you alright? Is this the one guy? Whomst. Thank goodness you're awake. They caught you trying to cross the border. And whatever, however it goes in Skyrim. You're finally awake. How's your head? Can you see me? What? You scared me silly there. I thought I might have lost you for good. I'm really glad you're alive. Where am I? And who is this man? Yeah, same with that horse thief over there. What was I doing? You feeling up for any food? I can whip up some porridge for you right quick. I was in the forest. It was raining. Before that, I was at the mansion. I feel sick. Like there's something in my stomach. No, thank you. I don't want anything. You really should have something. You need to keep up your energy. Unless you want to conk out again in an hour. Sounds good to me. I'd rather never wake up at all. You're not in the highest of spirits either, it seems. Yeah, did the knife get taken out of her? Was the knife stuck in her? No, right? That'd have been a bigger problem. Maybe, I don't know. All the more reason to get something warm in you. Please, have something. I've got some milk on the fire. I bet you can handle a cup of that. You start losing all hope once the cold gets that deep in you. Reaches down to your core. Take me at my word, please. Just one sip. Huh. I like that. You feel like a whole new gal. A heart-wrenchingly pleasant aroma wafted up from the steam from within the wooden cup. Succumbing to the sweet smell, I lifted the cup to my lips for just one sip, and the warmth that spread through me brought tears to my eyes. Perhaps there really was kindness in the world. A ripple spread across the surface of the milk. I heard a gentle sigh come from the man beside me, after which he said with a smile, "You should take it easy for the day." I had lost the willpower to think about anything. I didn't care what had happened to me or why I was here, who he was or even where this was. I spent the whole day in bed, just watching the sun slowly slide across the wooden floor. Man, what a track. To be like visualizing this and hearing this song, it's like, it's already got me feeling a certain way. I felt like I was somewhere far, far away. At times, I felt like a lost child, and at times, like a sickly old woman on her deathbed. Watching the sun travel gave me a renewed awareness of the passage of time, and the fact that each moment that went by was another moment I was alive. I realized then that it had been a while since I'd gotten more than a brief glimpse at any sunlight. It almost surprised me how colorful the world seemed beneath the sun's light, something I didn't get much of in this in the dark mansion. Only after losing something do you realize how much you need it. More milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost. Yeah, a little muddled with my pretty derby at the moment, but the game OST is killer. And I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own 2 feet. Gosh, I don't know if I've expressed this. I don't think I have, but I am such a sucker for little sounds of ambiance in music. Like it sounded like maybe like footsteps, the picking up of guitar, or like something like that, and like closed doors right before the track kind of kicked off again. Just little things like that make music sound like real. Big sucker for it. Thank you for everything. You sure you're in any shape to be on your feet? Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. You look pretty beat up to me. But you look a lot better now. And you're talking a lot more clearly than before. You've been very generous, despite having never met me before. And for that, you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help, I would no longer be in this world. I don't deserve your thanks. You're alive now because God's guidance made it so. God. Came across you early this morning, and I was heading into the forest to hunt. Imagine my surprise seeing a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What were you doing in the forest? I feel like I'm kind of giving this guy an accent. I'm totally not meaning to. Yeah, you don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems. You're not going to demand I talk? I have no reason to force you to do anything. You look like you've been through hell and back. What? I could tell just looking at you. Now then, do you have somewhere you can go? Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. I can't go back to the capital or the mansion. If not, then why don't you stay here? Here? Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help each other out. No tax-hungry lord knows we built the place up either, so we keep everything we make. Yeah, this is Doom Metal Band, Tiamat, and one song that just starts off with birds chirping. It's a vibe. Speaking of that, my buddy, my producer, who's worked on like plenty of covers, I don't think he's posted it, and I should really post it in the music channel on our Discord too, but he's got an EP coming up. He's been putting up he's been like showing me some crazy work of progress songs, and like he does that thing too where it's like a lot of like ambiance in the in-between for the tracks. I'm like really excited for when that drops. Yeah, we got a commune out here. This early like 1099 commune. We're pretty remote as a result, and the harvest isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. Yeah, Memphis Mayfire has a few instrumentals with ambient sounds in the background too. And producer Idolmaster. Bamco, lock in. Release an Idolmaster in the US. I beg. You know, funny, but I think my first introduction to Idolmaster was a skin in Ace Combat 4? Fires of Liberation, the one that came out on the Xbox 360. I remember, like, I used this particular jet. I think it had, like, Haruka on it. It had Haruka, and it was, like, a beast. It was a motherfucking crazy strong jet, especially for, like, a starter, because it let you, like, pick the jets you had. And it was, like, the first jet I had, because, like, it was a DLC. Of course you'd have it. So, like, I was just flying around in, like, Fires of Liberation with this, like, really, like, animate out jet. And I think there's even, like, a Mayano Top Gun Ace Combat jet. I don't quite remember. It might have just been a mod, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny that there's all these idols on, like, planes. Yeah, I always wonder why Japan somewhat links war with idols. Yeah, exactly. We came to the same thought. Yeah, Top Gun Mangaga. I've wanted to do, you know, that is one thing I've really wanted to do too, come to think of it. Not Top Gun, but, like, I've never played the older Ace Combats. Anything past Fires of Liberation I've played, sure. But I really, really want to play, like, Ace Combat 0 and, like, all of those, because apparently it's, like, peak Kino. Might be a fun, like, retro, like, throwback. Although, yeah, no, I definitely want to. We're pretty remote as a result. Yeah, we're pretty remote as a result, and the harvest isn't fantastic. But I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. The rest of the villagers will be glad to have you. I mean, have you seen the anime decals in COD? I have, but also, like, damn, rough for COD right now, man. That COD Black Ops 7 is, like, not looking good. And all those, like, player cards and stuff that I saw the other day too. There's kind of a lot of those generated kill cards. It's insane. It is the way things are going. I hope it doesn't catch on. You know what, low key, what if it was like an inside thing from the artist and, like, the developers? They were like, oh yeah, we'll just put out, no, that's crazy, that's risky. They would never. I don't think anyone ever wants to make something that sucks. But, like, imagine if they did, to, like, stop people from doing the same thing they did on, like, a grander scale. Be crazy work. What do you say? Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult. But I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you, if it really is okay, then yes. I'd like to stay here. It's great to hear. I was loath to send you back out there in your current condition. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name's Amity. Wow. Yeah, Amity? Just one lowly villager of many. I'm Giselle. Giselle. It's a beautiful name. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house. Clean it up and you can call it home. I couldn't possibly ask for that. I doubt others would like it if I just took a house for myself. Shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village representative, more or less. Representative? Like the chief? Only a name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's maps, so I don't have much representing to do. Only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understudied with a priest. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teachings. So rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. Wouldn't be much fun if the church found out about that. They're liable to think I'm acting unordained. Then you believe in God? That's quite the question. Of course, God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because he protected you. I understand that your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulation, but those are the times when it's most important to keep sight of who you are. Right. Now you get some rest. Tomorrow I'll show you around the village. Thank you. I truly mean it. I really sincerely appreciate everything. Don't mention it, Giselle. This is your village now too, so you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. Okay. Damn, but I can't lie, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Cause like, she's gotta eventually go back to Michelle, right? So he's Amity. He seems like a nice man. Maybe here, I can live in peace. It'll be alright, I'm sure. Yeah. I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect, but I had found a tiny fragment of lost hope. While I had once been ready to give up on absolutely everything, I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again. Eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Forget everything that had happened in the Bollinger estate, and everything that had happened at the mansion. Forget about Michelle. There was one niggling curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. Yeah, not really. She doesn't need to go back to the mansion due to her being kicked out of the mansion, yeah. But, oh my gosh. What if after she heals, at least to a sufficient amount, she tries to get back to the manor to threaten the Lord? Because there it is, right? She's thinking about this line. This might be her, like, path towards vengeance or something. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michelle, who made a pact with the devil. Who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. Yeah, who knows, right? What had he meant by that? Why would people think he was dead? No, I don't care about Michelle one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. Yeah, he's just sitting in that church. Like, damn, I really just stabbed someone. The house was, as it has always been, wrapped in a thick silence. Giselle's shadow, which had been lurking in the halls for about a month, was nowhere to be found. She hadn't come back since running off that day. My secret was still safe. Her efforts had, in the end, all been for naught. Back to the way things were. But despite my mind telling me that it was for the best, I felt a kind of guilt seething in the back of my chest. And any attempt to figure out why only made me feel worse. But the look on her face then. Bro, she was scared, bro. Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Was that really her putting on an act because I revealed her scheming? She was screaming though, and she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Be quiet. Silence, please. My head was pounding beyond belief. I couldn't stand anything. This world, the creature I was, the witches whispering. The archangel looking down upon me seemed to be cackling from somewhere far out of reach. So for whatever it was worth, to escape his gaze, he covered it back up. I once again drew the drapes over the stained glass window. To retreat into his solitude, right? Oh, this is... Are we delving into the flashback childhood of Michelle? Whoa, it's someone new! Hey, where are you from? You gonna be here long? Are you? Oh, okay. We're back in the village here with Amadi and Giselle. We hardly ever get visitors here, so they're downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting lots of attention for a little, but please don't let it get to you. No, that's fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone. You got a spark in you that wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that cheered you up? In particular? Once I decided I was going to stay here, I just sort of started feeling better about things. And I figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever. I see. Glad to hear it. And it's all thanks to you, Amadi. Keep thanking me like that and my cheeks might get stuck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday, so how about we do that? Lead the way. That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone knows everyone. Knowing 100 people is wild. You know what, maybe I might know 100 people. Maybe. That's tough. For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Out of context? Amani takes the lead. We walk through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. Actually getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences. Once upon a time, this was a city rather than a village. When your ancestors lived here? Oh no, we were drifters, fortunate enough to come across some decent-looking land, so we stuck around. How do you know what it was like before then? There were a few stone tablets left behind, and based on what we were able to extract from their texts, this area used to be a large city with a booming economy, rivaling that of the capital. I wonder if this is the guy inside the portrait. There weren't hundreds, but thousands of people bustling about. Merchants from afar came in droves. It was much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to foreigners. People of all different races speaking as many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight and sound. I had no idea there was a city here. That's what happens when a place is wiped from history. I couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are, but if you take them at their word, this city lost everything in just a single week. What? People, crops, livestock, all dead. Maybe it was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague. Can't say for sure. Must have been the curse. Eyes emoji. They probably hate the witch. This is what the tablet said, though. Yeah. We've been cursed by the witch. Cursed by the witch? Did Michelle? I don't know if Michelle did it. I hope Michelle didn't do it, because that is a lot of pain to cause. Look over there. See that river? There used to be a magnificent bridge crossing it, but there's hardly anything left of it. Curse of Erebonia. Welcome back, Hamel. Yeah, these dudes living in the ruins of Hamel. If you continue along the path beyond the fallen bridge, there's a forest. That's where I found you. The deeper parts of the forest are so dense you can't see anything but tree trunks and leaves. It's an eerie place wrapped in a cloud of darkness. If you make it through that, there's a mansion, which is said to be cursed. The witch who supposedly destroyed the city lives in the house deep in the forest. She's been there for years and years and years. She cast her curse on anyone who goes near it. The city was so large that the mansion was actually in its borders. My guess is the bridge was built to mark the road leading to it. Now, as you can see, the bridge is gone and the houses still standing are practically in ruins. But the mansion alone looks just like it did back then. The witch living in the mansion goes by the name of Morgana. According to the records, someone by that same name was executed in the area for witchcraft. And even in death, she continues to bear a grudge against mankind. You know, they did say that they, burned Morgana. The rain came, the crops were healed, but I guess only for a moment, huh? As it would be. Who knows how much of it is true, though? Truth or fiction, the story has taken root in this region. Somewhere in the distance you can hear, "Looking cool, Joker!" I do kind of know that. Isn't that also Fee's voice actor? You'll understand one day, yeah. Oh, we know. Maybe. I don't know how often that voice comes up, but... The city's history may be lost, but the legend of the witch continues to be told. People have a tendency to keep stories alive that scare them. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I might jump off a bridge if that's true. Oh? The Fee thing? No, I think it's definitely Fee's voice actor, right? Oh, no, I might be mistaking someone. Hold on, who did, I think it was Morgana Persona 5, right? Morgana is the little, cat thing. That is voiced by... Let's see. See if I remember. Yeah, Cassandra Lee Morris. That's Fee. That's Oomph. Yep, yeah. Don't jump off that bridge, Sky. She's just got crazy range. She's also Galactica from Marvel Rivals. So when that was popping off and I was playing that still, it was really funny to hear Fee as the announcer for the in-between rounds. No, I'm fine. You're best staying away from that mansion in the forest at any rate. There's no saying what might happen if curiosity gets the better of you. Better safe than sorry, if you ask me. Aside from the mansion, this is as peaceful a village as you'll find. I don't know where you came from, but I'm glad you didn't end up wandering up there.
I know all about the mansion and who lives there. I was there, after all. With Michelle for a full month. But I don't remember any cursed witch. Just a man with a bone-chilling glare. Maybe the rumors about a witch living there were spread by him. Or perhaps even his family. I could see them doing that. But none of that matters to me anymore. I'm never going anywhere near that house again. The witch's curse, Michelle, they're nothing to me. With nowhere else to go, I ended up in this small village. There was no denying that there was very little to speak of here. But I found peace in that nothingness. I couldn't have been more blessed that such a kind man had found me and welcomed me into his village. The village ran entirely on its own crops and livestock. They had no currency, merely bartered amongst themselves. Coming from a merchant's family, everything felt so new. I had never plowed a large plot of land, milked a cow, or used a loom before.
Oh, okay. Kind of a poll, but from another conversation that I maybe talked about a little bit before. I finally remembered one single mom anime. I think. It's kind of hazy to me. But I was talking before how it's like there's so many animes and like shows and like content where it's like a single dad and their kids, right? But then it hit me. Wolf Children. Wasn't Wolf Children like mostly the single mom and her like two like half like werewolf, half like human kids? There it is. That's the one. It's been ages since I watched it. I'm probably gonna rewatch it on Tuesday. But I remember it being a literal gut punch. So I mean, we'll see how it goes again. It's been long enough for me to like kind of forget how the movie went. I only bring this up because I remember that like eventually she moves to like the countryside and like she has to like learn how to like plow fields and stuff and like all that. I remember that being like a plot point.
At first I wasn't sure what to think, being such a departure from my lifestyle in the capital. But over time I grew more comfortable with my new life, and the people of the village started thinking of me as one of them. Come on, Giselle, come play with us. We're playing hide and seek today. Can't, sorry, I'm spinning yarn. You can do that later. Come on, play with us. Stop that. Don't pull on my skirt. Oh, alright, you win. When I'm done with this, I'll join you. And no ditching, we'll be at the square, okay? Got it. See you there.
The kids have taken quite a liking to you.
Amity. You think so?
They've been incredibly lively since you arrived. Children are more sensitive than adults.
Sensitive?
They're very perceptive of how others are feeling. If you're begrudgingly playing along, they'll pick up on that quickly. You like children, and that's a wonderful thing. There is not a good woman in the world who dislikes children.
Why, thank you. I don't think it's much that I like them, as I'm kind of like a big kid myself. I genuinely enjoy hide and seek, but that's not going to earn me any points.
I like kids too. Oh, watching them gives me faith that this world has a bright future.
A bright future? I never looked at them that way. They seem to like you quite a bit too, Amity.
Thanks. Though I'd rather give my affection to my own kids.
Oh, you have children?
Oh, heavens no. I thought that was obvious enough. I'm talking about the future.
I see. But knowing you, Amity, I'm sure you'll find someone right for you, and have kids of your own in no time.
It's not that easy, sadly. Even in such a small village, there are no ladies who would take interest in me.
You don't give yourself enough credit. I'm fully confident you'll find someone soon enough.
You really think so? Oh, I hope it's not going the way I think it's going. I really hope it doesn't go the way I think in my head.
Absolutely.
Then perhaps you could be that person.
What? Pardon?
I won't pressure you into it, of course. But I think it would be marvelous to have you in my life in a bigger way. Marvelous? On this Sunday? I'm playing a little too much Uma Musume. I'm sorry, y'all.
But it's a little soon for me to think about settling down like that.
Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, we're good. It's pretty sudden, I admit. Take all the time you need to consider it.
Alright. I have to go play with the kids now.
Have fun.
I wonder if you really meant it. Amity is a nice fellow, and I'm sure living here would be wonderful. But I can't help feeling something isn't right here.
Oh, trust your gut. Trust your gut, Giselle.
Why am I thinking about him now of all times? That man has no redeemable qualities. Not one.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it. I think that kind of like damage really like sticks with you forever.
As it turns out, Amity was serious about his proposition, and he brought it up every time we ran into each other. Unable to give him an answer, I found myself constantly apologizing to him. Soon, winter started giving way to spring. On a day when the air still had a brisk winter bite, and budding seedlings battled to break through the earth, the seams holding the village together began to come loose.
Me to myself every day, damn.
That day, the village men were gathered in the square talking. They all had stern looks upon their face. It was clear that something had happened. I obviously couldn't stick my head in, so I waited until they were done and caught Amity. While it was rather awkward, I was still more comfortable asking him for information than anyone else.
Actually.
With a dejected look on his face, he started explaining.
A lord found out about this village. Oh, damn. Oh, how bad would it be if it was Antonin? If it's Antonin who finds this place, I'm gonna be so like, we need to kill this man.
What?
And he said he's going to place this land under his rule, meaning he'll start collecting taxes. In addition, he's also demanding we pay 5 years worth of back taxes for our unauthorized use of the land.
What? That's ridiculous.
Yes, it most certainly is. We obviously don't have the means to pay 5 years' taxes. There's no reason for him to take over this village at all. You know, it would be, though, because the mansion, right? It's right by his son's place, yeah. It's just gonna come back. All the old wounds. We're completely isolated from the surrounding area, after all. If we resist, he could send soldiers. It doesn't matter how absurd his claim to the village is. We have no choice but to comply.
It's terrible. What are we gonna do then?
We're gonna do as the Lord demands. The 5 years' taxes will have to be paid in installments. Some of the men suggested we abandon the land and find somewhere else, but it would take time to cultivate the land and plant new crops. It's no trivial task. We'll just have to make do with these changes. We'll use more of the land to grow and try to be more efficient. Will you help in the fields?
Of course. This village is my home now, too.
Thank you, Giselle. It'll be difficult, but if we all pitch in, I'm sure we can get through this. Boy, oh boy, I sure do love 1099 feudalism.
I thought the same thing. If we all work together, we can make it through this rough patch. But the collection of taxes brought more than just a burden for everyone to share. It brought emotional strain and conflict to the village, too.
Yeah. Your family has more hands to work the fields. I have a sickly child. You expect him to work any harder than he is? I know you're hiding grain in your cellar.
You have more than us. Let us keep a little grain.
You have more.
No, you have more.
You both have more than us.
When their comfortable lives fell under attack, the villagers' top priority became their own property. The cooperation was only temporary. And before long, everyone became a threat. The negative energy only built on itself, its growth accelerating like a boulder rolling down a hill. And it wasn't long before their sights fell on me, the outsider.
This game saying eat the rich? Eyes emoji? Come on, get moving.
Ow, stop that. Why are you doing this?
Stop once you told us everything.
Told you every what? One morning, a man dragged me from my house and took me to the square. There, the entire rest of the village was gathered, All eyes on me. What? What's this about?
Oh, don't play stupid. We all know it was you.
What was me?
The thief. Amity is... Oh, that sucks, man.
Amity? When the crowd appeared, someone I knew quite well. The ever-affable village representative. The man who had saved my life. But in his eyes now...
I thought you were better than that.
Was contempt, anger, scorn. So many different shades of negativity. I recognized what I saw in his glare immediately, as someone who had been subjected to those looks before.
Gosh. I mean... not to... This is... Man, money really... money and, like... Well, I guess not necessarily money here, but, like... having to pay a tithe and having to be dependent on that tithe being a certain amount. It's kind of just like money in a way. It's like... does change people when you're like forced to do shit like that. They were living so nice when they were just like trading with each other.
But why?
Yeah, because like Amity was like a genuinely good person, and now he's like so changed.
Why? For what reason was he looking at me like that? I couldn't make sense of what was happening, so I just stood there, stupefied.
There's been a rise in reports of people having things stolen lately. The village is too small to attract bandits, though. Since the Lord now demands we pay him taxes, even the smallest item lost can have a dramatic impact on a family's living conditions. What you've done is no joke.
No, wait just a second. I haven't stolen anything. Why do you think
You've been seen in the act.
What?
So long as there's testimony against you, your guilt is assured.
Well, who says they saw me? I swear I didn't do anything. They're obviously lying.
You're the one who's lying. You've been playing us for fools this whole time.
Everything was fine until you showed up.
We managed not to get found until you showed up.
No, that's not my fault.
Giselle, apologize to the village and return what you've taken.
Amity, don't you believe me?
There were multiple witnesses. Several different people saw you stealing. Oh my gosh, that fucking sucks too, because she trusted Amity, man. Like everyone, no one ever believes her. Like in her head. I mean, I'm sure Michelle might believe her if she was able to get the truth out, but like in every account, it's been non-stop, like everyone else's word against her. That's so sad.
I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars.
Oh wait, no, it was Amity. Whoops. I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars.
But no, they're framing me. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
Framing you? Now you want to put this on us, woman?
Unbelievable. Have you forgotten we welcomed you into our village? Amity, please believe me. You of all people should believe me.
You've been avoiding me of late, haven't you?
What?
Because you had something to hide, correct?
No,
What other reason could you have to avoid me?
Why? How can he say these things? Why won't he believe me?
Now return the things you've stolen.
I can't. I never stole anything. How am I supposed to return something I don't have?
I see. So you've already moved the stolen goods. She said she doesn't have them anymore, folks. How should we deal with this? Rough her up till she talks.
Yeah, she's not getting off that easy.
Give us back our property.
Why? This is happening to me. The harsh new rulership has driven these people mad. I need to get away from this village, quick.
Restrain her.
No, get your hands off me.
Where would she even store them? She lives with them? I think earlier they said that she moved into like a different dilapidated hut. Because like, she was like brought back up to health, and then he was like, oh yeah, you can just go live in this house over here. But yeah, still, even then, it's like there's not many places to hide, something like that, you know? Have you all forgotten everything we've done for you? Or have you forgotten everything we've done for you? All that matters is that you don't have to suffer. Is that it?
I didn't do anything.
Take her to my house. We'll make her tell us everything.
No, stop. You've all gone mad. Please come to your senses. With all men on all four sides of me, I was dragged into Amedee's house. He sat coolly in a chair, and they shoved me to my knees before him.
I'll ask you this one more time, Giselle. Where did you put the things you stole?
And I'll keep giving you the same answer. I didn't take anything from anyone. Please believe me.
Do you swear, with God as your witness?
I do. I swear with all my heart.
You don't actually believe her, do you, Amedee? She's not only sold us to a lord, she's now threatening to make our lives downright impossible.
Again, that's just a coincidence. Listen to me, Amedee.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, and she has betrayed her fellow man.
Why are you doing this, Amedee? You are such a good man.
I am deeply disappointed in you, Giselle. As much as I don't want to do this, I have to get the truth from you.
Amedee. Of course. Why didn't I see it? I'm still just an outsider to them. Why would he believe a stranger's word over the word of the village? His family.
The water.
But they're gonna waterboard her ass?
A man set a wooden well bucket on the floor in front of me. Oh no, they're just gonna like almost drown her.
In it wasn't clean water from the well, though, but grimy, murky wastewater.
Ugh. Oh, that is fucked up.
I reflexively turned my head from the stench, but a man behind me grabbed me by my hair. And before I had a chance to realize what was happening, the world around me went brown.
Oh, and her opening her mouth to struggle too? I guess you wouldn't have to open your mouth to make those noises, but ugh.
I struggled with all my might to break free, but my arms were tied behind my back, and I didn't have the strength to overpower the man holding my head down. Reflexively gasping for air, a stream of filthy water poured into my mouth.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's foul. Pull her out. We get nothing if she dies. Put her back in. And keep at it until she decides she's ready to talk.
No.
They're gonna kill her. How unsightly. And to think I even considered marrying this woman.
Stop!
We can stop whenever you want, Giselle. You just have to tell us the truth.
Please. Help. Stop. I was given no time to rest. My head shoved into the bucket, then pulled out just long enough for me to steal a breath before going back in, over and over again. Not a person in that room objected to the abuse I was receiving. I had prayed for a good harvest with these people. They had taught me how to use a loom, something I'd never touched before. We had laughed together, lived together. They were normal people. Perfectly ordinary, kind, helpful, friendly people. Not at all cruel or inhumane. But now, they burn with a frenzy that overshadowed all my memories of them. And every gargle, gasp, and grunt they got from me fueled that fire. Dozens of eyes laced with madness stared down upon me, rejoicing at my suffering.
Yeah, nothing pisses me off more than when people think their truth is the truth. Gonna go eat lunch while you read this lolly situation. Saying you're gonna go eat lunch after reading this is crazy work, but yeah, make sure to have a good lunch, Jeremy.
My consciousness was slipping away from me. I thought I could hear laughing and chattering, but it all passed through my ears as mere noise. Nothing I could make sense of. Right.
Stay. Oh. It's like before, but worse. Stay with me.
Amadi.
Thank goodness you're awake.
Wait, what was I just doing? Right. I was in the forest, on the verge of death. Then Amadi found me and...
Oh, are they gonna keep her as, like, slave labor like that? We almost lost valuable manpower there. We were just discussing what to do with you, Giselle, and we decided to make you village property.
No, he didn't save me.
If you agree to work for us, we'll put this whole nasty mess behind us. You may be worthless in the field and terrible with the loom, but there's plenty you can help with.
What are you going to make me do?
You like to get your hands dirty. And considering I found you half dead in the forest, I doubt the rest of you is any cleaner.
Amadi.
Seems we've come to an agreement. I'll keep watch over her starting today, to make sure she stays in line and doesn't steal anything else.
Dirty. Stays in line. The way they're looking at me.
They didn't have to spell it out.
No. Anything but that. Please have mercy.
If you're begging for mercy, that means you know you've done something wrong. Let's see. There is one way, Giselle.
What?
Give back what you stole, naturally. But if you're going to insist that's not possible, then bring us something of equal value.
I...
And if you can't do that, then your life belongs to the village.
The men were cackling. They knew I couldn't do it, and they were enjoying watching me squirm.
Take your pick, Giselle.
Something of equal value.
The Lord's Son.
If I can get that, then you'll set me free.
In that moment, a little bit of darkness
Bubbled up in my heart. Something maleficent whispered in my ear.
Oh. There it is, okay. Not necessarily the guy, but just the shit in the village, or in his mansion. If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, then make your way to a larger town.
I think I know where you can get something worth some money. The mansion in the forest has some fairly valuable furniture in it. Oh God, when did I become... You can steal some of that to sell for good money. Such a despicable woman.
You mean the cursed mansion? You expect us to go in there? Are you out of your mind? Anyone who goes near that house is killed by the witch's curse.
There is no witch living there. There is no curse.
Giselle, what do you know about that mansion?
I lived there for a while. Well, for a month.
You what?
The son of a noble lives there. He's human. And he's alone.
A noble? What's a noble boy doing this far from the city?
I presume he was banished there. I was sent to the mansion from the capital to act as a servant. There was plenty of value in the house. Shelves lined with books. There should be more than enough to pay the Lord 5 years' worth of taxes.
Is what you're saying true?
I would not lie.
As bewilderment spread through Amadi's house, I was unable to look at anything but the floor.
I couldn't stop trembling. To protect myself, I had sold out Michelle.
You swear there's just a single man living in that house?
Yes, it's only him.
Alright. If it turns out you're lying, you'll pay. Okay, everyone, you heard her. Tell all the young men to get ready.
What a hypocrite. The way he was like, oh yeah, I am a man of God type shit, and now he's going out to steal from a man. A lone man in a forest, mind you. Yeah, the caught bird, unable to escape from its captors and forced to parrot what was asked of it, yeah.
We're going up to the mansion in the forest. And just to be safe, make sure everyone brings something they can use as a weapon. And you, Giselle, you're coming with us. You'll be leading the way. Listen to me. Don't think about trying to run.
Right.
And Michelle brings out some real witch magic, yeah.
On the cusp of springtime, I found myself trekking through the dreary forest I had thought I would never set foot in again. How had I ended up here? How come I could never manage to avoid getting myself in these situations? And who would have guessed that my reason for returning to the mansion would be to loot it? I prayed for God to show even a little mercy and ensure Michelle wasn't around. Though I knew the chances of that happening were almost zero. After several hours of walking, we broke through the thick woods and the mansion appeared before us. Like its surroundings, the house was bleak and uninviting. Even the midday sun seemed disinterested in shining its light upon it.
What would y'all be more angry about? Getting stabbed or getting water tortured? Because, like... I'd probably be more mad at the torturing.
Like its surroundings, the house was bleak and uninviting. Even the midday sun seemed disinterested in shining its light upon it.
Yeah, water tortured and poop water, no less.
Despite on the surface, there not being much of anything impressive about it, the entire mob stood speechless before its overwhelming presence. But the men had weapons, and they were fueled by avarice.
Depending on the reasoning, stab would suck worse, but fuck these village assholes, yeah.
Which gave them the courage to approach this place they wouldn't normally otherwise.
Door won't open. I think it's barred from the inside. It would seem someone really does live in this cursed place. I'm honestly surprised. Even more so that it's not a witch, but just a noble. The door's old, we can break it down. Yeah, let's bust it down.
Hold on, there's no need to be barbaric. Did you even consider knocking on the door like normal people? You sound like a band of thieves.
Huh, that's something coming from you. Who do you think proposed this plan, Giselle? You. Alright, men, you ready for lives of luxury? Break down that door.
Stop it.
It's the damn nobles who make us live so hard. They deserve to be robbed. Break it. Break down the door.
Please stop this.
Break it down. Break it down. Break it down.
Stop. All their repressed emotions detonated. They battered the door again and again and again. And in a few minutes' time, it was on the verge of collapse. They shouted and cheered and hooted like madmen, as my peaceful life came crumbling down around me. Growing lightheaded from the anxiety, I squeezed my eyes shut, unable to bear it any longer, when the deep groan of the door opening echoed through the forest.
Oh, he about to go sicko mode, isn't he?
It would seem you are not aware whose house you're trying to break into. The world went silent, like time had come to a stop. No one could manage to say a word, only stare at the man who had appeared from within the mansion. Surely you know what this place is called. Beneath the dazzling midday sun, He had bone-chillingly alabaster skin and long, nearly translucent pale hair.
So surely you came prepared for whatever you would find.
And his eyes were like two blazing infernos staring out across the mob.
A demon!
Someone muttered, probably unconsciously. He did indeed look like something not of this world.
It's a demon! The rumors about this place were true! A cursed demon lives here!
Demon? Him? Michelle? No, he's not
Indeed, I am cursed. Damn. Okay, damn. Okay, anyways. The witch's curse is real. I have inherited it in its entirety, as well as her purpose. A witch, a demon, a spirit impure. Call me whatever you wish, for the truth shall not change. I carry within me an eternal curse. Behold my flesh, pale as the moon. No red blood flows beneath this skin, as it does yours. Behold my hair, utterly devoid of color. Offered up to the devil as part of our pact. Behold these crimson eyes, a symbol of the lifeblood split at my hands. I shall bring calamity upon you as the witch of legend. Never-ending famine, plague, catastrophe, suffering for generations. Until the moment of your deaths, you shall regret ever coming near this place. No, have mercy. We were just... It was that woman. She brought us here, tempted us with promises of wealth. Deceived us, told us to pillage this house. We're innocent.
Amade,
please have mercy on us. Give her to me then as an offering. Absolutely, she's yours. Torture her however you please. I have one more condition. You never come near this house again. If he so much as consider it, you will all die by my curse. I swear it, we won't return. Run! Get out of here! So that's how they get him. That's how he gets her out. Okay.
Without so much as a glance back, the villagers scrambled into the forest, and Amade, the man who had rescued me that night, went right along with them. Is there kindness in the world? I wasn't sure what to think anymore.
Don't think I'm helping you.
His voice rained down on me, but I couldn't lift my head. There was such a gaping void in my chest. I had no idea what questions I should be asking anymore. What I should be angry about. What I should be sad about. Not even the first clue.
Look at me. Look at me, Giselle. Tell me, is it true you returned to the mansion to plunder it? That you brought those men here to rob me of my valuables? Answer me, Giselle.
Yes, it's true. I persuaded them to steal from you.
The PNG goes kind of hard, though. It really does. I mean, again, I am a sucker for the long hair. Doubly a sucker for the white long hair. Are you really so desperate for money that you resort to looting? Just how low will you go? Not only did you seduce my father, not only did you go digging around for information about me, you brought a mob to this house. And they were armed, too. Were you trying to get me killed? Answer me, Giselle. Not even going to defend yourself. Your scheme failed, so you're retreating into silence. For God's sake, you sicken me. I'm done with you. I'm done. Leave this place and never show your face here again.
As he shouted at me, I stared into his fiery red eyes. A somewhat inappropriate thought crossed my mind. Huh. So he can get emotional like anyone else. And my heart, stripped raw and cast out to sea, finally sunk deep enough to be crushed by the pressure. Me.
What?
If you want me gone, then kill me.
He looked sad about that.
You can do that, can't you? You can use your curse to kill me, can't you? Then do it, right here. Use your power. Take my life. And if you don't want to do that, stab me with your knife. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
What?
I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. No one will believe anything I say. No one cares one bit about how I feel. They just walk all over me, laughing. Why? Tell me why. Why is this happening to me? I never stole anything.
What are you talking about?
I tried my best to look happy. I thought everything would work out if I could keep smiling. I believed that would make things better. But nothing ever got better. What did I ever do? Tell me, what did I do?
What did? But you.
All I ever did was believe. Tried my best to survive, to always wear a smile. But if everything's going to be my fault, and I have to deal with that for the rest of my life, then I'm done. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Calm down, please. I don't follow what you're saying. My understanding is that you desired money, so you brought that mob. And before that, you used my father.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you the real story. You'll take your family's word over mine. You don't have any idea what I went through there. How hard it was just to keep myself together.
What?
I never wanted riches. All I wanted was a decent enough wage to allow my family to live comfortably. That's all I wanted. But that man, he used my family against me. He made me... Forced me to... He raped me.
What?
Again and again. No matter how much I resisted, he wouldn't stop. Again and again. He threatened me. Beat me. Cut me with a knife. Over and over and over again.
What? My father raped you?
No one would believe me. I did nothing wrong. You don't believe me either, do you? So I'm done. I don't want this body anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I can't take it anymore. Help me, please. Set me free. Kill me. Kill me already. Use your curse and kill me. Kill me.
Valid. Man. She's had it fucking rough, man. Give me a moment. I need time to process this.
You can do it, can't you? Then kill me already. Kill me now. Kill me, damn it.
Give me time so we can talk this through. I want to hear everything. From the beginning. Inside. Let's go inside and talk. The light hurts my eyes.
That was a door. I might have best let stay shut. not knowing the truth.
We're on Michelle POV now. Not knowing the truth would have been so much easier. I wouldn't have been made to shudder in disgust, hearing about the crimes of my own family. But if I hadn't opened that door, I would have lost everything. That day, after far too long, I finally let myself see the person in Giselle. Damn. Yeah, let this girl rest, man. I mean, if she sleeps for like 3 days, a week, I understand.
Giselle didn't recover for some time after I managed to get her inside.
Unsure what else I could do for her. I had her sit before the fireplace and waited in silence as she sobbed. I had no idea what one was supposed to say to someone who was crying. Was it normal to offer them a warm drink? I didn't know. I did know I needed to reflect on the things she said outside and try to make sense of them. And from there, calm myself down and prepare for the conversation we were to have, as unpleasant as I was sure it would be. A considerable amount of time later, Giselle's sobbing drew to a stop, an oppressive silence stepping in to take its place. For far longer than was comfortable, the only sound we heard was the gentle crackling of the fire. I had to say something. She's not really looking like Sid anymore, by the way. I knew that, but what I didn't know was how to begin. I knew nothing about having an honest, face-to-face discussion with someone about the things we were thinking and feeling. But that didn't change anything. I had to do it. Even if down the road lay truth, I would be happy. Alright, even if down that road lay truths I would be happier not seeing. Giselle, could you please tell me what you did at... No. What was done to you at my family's home? How you ended up coming to this mansion, and what happened after you left? I would like to know everything from start to finish.
Will you believe what I tell you? You never so much as gave me the time of day before. And I very much doubt you'll find what I have to say agreeable. Will you still believe me even then? Believe my word, a stranger's word, over your family or the people of the village?
I cannot say yet. I must hear what you have to say to make that decision.
I suppose that might be better than you saying you'll believe me unconditionally. Alright, I'll tell you everything. Just know that nothing I say is a lie.
Understood.
Giselle methodically recounted her tale for me. She told me of how she accepted an offer from the Bollingers to work as an Abigail to earn money for her family. Of how my father, Antonin, had other plans for her. Of the things he did to her. She spoke dryly, simply putting words to each event, one after the other. I had already seen how she felt deep down though. Had heard her pain screams, which were undoubtedly genuine. I didn't think she was trying to deceive me. That was the sound of an old wound being torn open, and even I could see that. Or perhaps my own experiences were what allowed me to see it. Regardless, I had realized too late. I should have seen it sooner. She described it all mechanically to remain detached from what had happened to her, to protect herself. Of that, I had no doubts. Still, the things she told me were almost unbearable, and I had a difficult time accepting them. What was I supposed to do when I learned my father was a rapist? How was I supposed to react to that revelation? What was I supposed to think about the fact that his blood flowed through me? I repulsed myself. Do you want all the details?
What do you mean?
Of the wounds he gave me. I still have scars from the things he did. If you don't believe me, I can show them to you.
No. That won't be necessary.
You see, that's a relief. I don't think I could have handled that right now.
I hadn't turned down her offer for her sake. I only did so because I didn't think I could take any more. I averted my eyes to protect myself. Why had I taken my mother's word, brushing aside everything Giselle had said and done? I knew good and well my mother was no longer in her right mind. So why had I thought her letter the truth? Why had I been unable to think rationally? There were, I believe, several factors. My childhood, my past, the witch's whispers, and above all, my own character, consumed with distrust for everything. I had to face it now. To open my eyes once more, I looked at everything I had pretended away until now. I was not completely blameless for her suffering after all. Please continue if you will.
I left off at the point where the mistress discovered what was happening, I believe. I was sent to this mansion to atone for my sins.
Sins that she didn't even commit.
It was decided I would be sent here rather than being executed, which is what the mistress wanted. At first I assumed it would be essentially a private prison. But in the carriage on the way here, I was given a letter.
A letter? From whom?
It didn't say, but your father was the one who ordered me here, so I would guess it was him. The letter was very concise, simply explaining that there was someone already there.
Oh, these strings. The added strings to this song kind of did a lot there.
The Bollinger's youngest child. It didn't go into any more detail than that, but it did ask me to look after you.
Do you still have the letter?
I don't. The coachman took it back after I was finished. Thinking back on it now, that was rather strange of him to do. It was just a harmless letter.
It was anything but.
What?
It wasn't my father who wrote that letter. He believes me to be dead, so he would have sincerely thought he was banishing you to an empty house in a remote forest. The writer couldn't risk leaving anything that might suggest I was still alive.
Then who?
My brother, I believe. Either Didier or Georges, but I would guess Didier.
Your brother? Why would he?
I do not know. I can't imagine why he would write such a letter, or why he would want to tell you about me.
I don't believe he had any ill intentions, at least. I mean, he asked me to look after you. That makes it sound like he's concerned about you.
Then why doesn't he stay in contact? Why does he never respond to my letter? They're keeping his letters from him. It's a bit late to suddenly start being concerned. No, never mind that now. Please tell me the rest.
All right.
Giselle resumed her story from the day she fled the mansion, terrified by my behavior. Yeah, like, her mom is potentially keeping the letters from him. Cause, I mean, was it even? Yeah, it's all his mom, right? Because if he genuinely believes his dad thinks he's dead, his mom is doing some fucked up shit here too.
Giselle resumed her story from the day she fled the mansion, terrified by my behavior. She seemed to be putting a bit more emotion in her tone of voice now, perhaps because she could see I was more interested in this part. There was a deep sadness on her face as she described that night in the rain, listening to the thunder when she gave up on living. And I knew I had caused it. She then told me the time she spent in the nearby village. How at first life seemed wonderful, but in time it had come crumbling down. Naturally, she wouldn't be here to tell me this if nothing had happened there. Once she was through with her tale, Giselle let out a long, heavy sigh, as though she had been holding it in for some time. I thought I could hear just a faint trembling in the air as she exhaled. That is everything. Do you believe me? If you don't, if you still think I'm deceiving you, then I won't argue with you. That's fine. If that's the case, please just kill me.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? I know I wasn't very open to anything you said. But if that day, when I found you in my room, you had told me I was mistaken, that the sin belonged to my father, I might not have turned out like this. Or it might not have turned out like this.
The knife.
What?
You were holding a knife.
Just like his dad.
I can't handle blades anymore. Ever since what happened, they scare me to death. Just the sight of one in someone's hand, and I start thinking they're going to use it on me. I can't help it. I start shaking uncontrollably, growing faint of breath. The world goes white. I can't even form words. There's nothing I can do.
Now I finally see. She was grimacing in pain. The day the package arrived when you knocked my hand away.
Because I was scared. Because it reminded me of that time.
I had assumed she was simply jumpy from a guilty conscience. I felt nauseous realizing I had been pouring a constant stream of salt onto her unmendable wounds. Oh man. This is a hard read sometimes. I had to stop myself a few moments there. And my nose is getting stuffy too, so give me a second to blow it. What a damn fool I was.
Why did you get so upset at me? Why did you have to point a knife at me?
I didn't want you snooping. If you meant to sell information about me, I thought I had to do anything in my power to stop you.
I'm still not convinced it was necessary. I was unarmed. I couldn't fight back. You didn't need a knife. I have nothing left anymore, so I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. You're a jerk. What you did was inexcusable. You may not have hurt me physically, but you still hurt me. Humans are frail creatures, they wound easily. Apologize.
What?
Apologize to me. I said apologize.
I'm sorry.
Again, put your heart into it. Convince me you mean it.
I'm sorry.
Again. Once more. Get down on your knees and shout it from your gut.
I'm so very sorry. Was that a laugh?
Jeez. You're such a strange man.
Strange. You told me to do it.
Nothing's going like I thought it would. I figured even if we talked, you would just deny everything I said. I didn't think you'd actually listen to me. But you did. You listened, and you looked quite distressed by what you heard.
I looked distressed.
Yes, you sure did. I wish I had a mirror to show you.
There's a smile.
I'm sure you didn't want to believe what I said, but you didn't once accuse me of lying. You faced up to the truth, and you apologized. I seem to have had the wrong impression of you as well. I didn't try to see you for who you were, instead letting myself believe you were someone to be afraid of. To be honest, I didn't like you very much.
The feeling was mutual, but for some reason I don't feel that way now. Is it guilt?
I need to apologize to you too.
Apologize? For what?
I led the villagers here. I almost sold my soul to the devil. I tried to sell you out to save myself. And for that, I'm truly sorry.
I don't understand.
What? Do I need to get down on my knees too?
No, that's not what I meant. The blame falls on the village for falsely accusing you of stealing. You were a convenient scapegoat for the real thieves. They planned to take advantage of you from the start. That Amadea was probably in on it as well, to get back at you for rejecting his proposal. Plus, giving the villagers a single target to let out their frustrations on you would, in a way, help unify them. He used you to meet that end.
Michelle is very insightful for being someone who's spent 10 plus years out in the forest by himself.
In order to escape from their trap, you told them about me. But this was after I had threatened you, causing you to flee from this place. You have nothing to apologize for.
I still feel really bad about it. So, I'm sorry anyways.
You're unexpectedly stubborn.
But now that we've both apologized to each other, we can call everything square.
Square.
Square. We were both in the wrong. So we apologized and we forgave each other.
She gave a little smile, but all I could do was stare at her, brow furrowed in perplexity, like I was looking at some bizarre fantasyland creature. The weight of our crimes was not equal. What I had done to her was so very much worse. Furthermore, I am Antonin's son. His blood flows through me. Can you honestly say you don't find me revolting? That you're willing to forgive me for that? I didn't think I would be able to. If I were her, my grudge would extend to all my family. Everyone I had ever come in contact with.
I can. Although you don't need forgiveness for being his son, being related to someone doesn't make you responsible for their sins. It wouldn't be fair to blame you for that.
You're curious.
What? Curious about what?
No, not that curious. You're a strange creature.
I'm human, you know?
Yes. I know you're human. You're making me lightheaded.
Is it a medical emergency?
That's quite the leap in logic.
You know, I was at my lowest just a little bit ago. And now, I'm laughing again. It's odd. I never expected I would recover at all.
I was just as surprised as her. She had been through hell, and she had more than enough reason to despise me, to shower me with vitriol. But instead, she was smiling. And even more unexpected was the fact I felt relieved to see it. Another I Am Human reference. That game reaches everywhere. They also did the knock at the door shit. We let her in. She's human, not an outsider or whatever they were called.
I really, truly wished I'd gotten to know him sooner. Yes, I had fled from the mansion in fear of him, but maybe if I had just a little more courage. Enough to tell him the truth. Maybe he would have listened. I had let my initial impressions of him solidify too quickly. I convinced myself he was an insensitive and perpetually expressionless. I had convinced myself he was insensitive and perpetually expressionless, save for the Arctic stare. But the man staring before me did experience sadness, pain, distress. Or at the very least, he appeared to, from where I was standing. Michelle was just like me, an ordinary person. That said, there was still plenty I didn't know. I was still lacking explanations for much of his behavior. Would you mind telling me about yourself now? I'd like to get to know you better. What are you doing here in this mansion, all alone? Why do you call yourself cursed? I told you everything. It's only fair you do the same. I have no interest in using your information for anything. I have no reason to. Or are you going to keep pushing the master and servant line? Do you still think I have no need to know? Be quiet. For the love of God, stop talking already. You always pick the worst time. What? Excuse me. What do you mean I always pick the worst time? No, I wasn't. Unbelievable. Just when I was starting to think you might actually be a decent human being, then you go and spout this. No, Giselle, I wasn't talking to you. Oh, wait. Are the witch's whispers is it schizophrenia? Or I don't know, multiple personality or some shit? Cause he did hit that witch shit at the door pretty clean, you know? Who else could it have been? I was talking to, I have a condition that forces me to vocalize objections to my own thoughts. Motherfucker can hear the OST. That's about as convincing as my allergic to people excuse. Sorry. Weirdo. What crosses did he bear? Oh, to have a girl call you a weirdo. But in the endearing way. And not in the stay away from me, you creep way. What cross did he bear? What secrets did he keep? Maybe the truth was far beyond my reckoning. And if it was, even if he did, Please, tell me everything. No matter what you say, I won't doubt your words. I'll trust you, and I'm sure I can accept anything you say.
Ah, but if you translate weirdo in Japanese, it's hentai. True. And that feels a little more disgusting. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard that like hentai mutter as like something like playful. Someone called.
Please, if you don't put it into words, I have nothing to work with.
Okay. Where should I start though?
How about the curse then? Are you actually cursed?
That's a difficult question. I cannot, for example, take someone's life with my curse, nor can I bring out disaster. I don't have any magical powers like that.
So what you said outside was a bluff then?
It was just a way to chase the villagers away.
Well, you certainly put on a convincing performance. So you can't actually curse anyone, huh?
Regardless, I'm human. Gosh, the way you could probably adapt this door alone and make like the best film of the year. Nothing more, nothing less. At least I consider myself one. Others would disagree. And the reason for that has to do with my body.
Your skin, hair, and eye color, right?
Right.
Seeing Michelle under the sun, he certainly wasn't what most people would consider normal. Awe-inspiring, in fact.
Giving birth to me, it broke my mother. No, I drove her mad. Not only do I appear inhuman, I'm oversensitive to sunlight. While a little light through the window isn't much of a problem, I cannot be outside, directly under the sun, for more than a couple of hours. When she realized I couldn't go out into the sun, my mother started thinking I was possessed by a demon. So she banished me to this mansion until my curse was broken. That was 10 years ago.
Just because you look different from them.
The family's reputation was at stake too. If other noble houses realized they were giving refuge to an unholy creature, it would destroy the Bollingers. You saw how the villagers reacted. They called me a demon when they saw me.
I suspect the rumors about the mansion played a part into that. If nobody thought the house was cursed, they wouldn't have...
I'm sure you're afraid as well. You saw me and thought I was not of this world. That I looked like a demon. Yeah, would you even count the days if you were locked up in a mansion forever? I mean, he did stop. But the moment Giselle came into his life and was like transported into the mansion, he kind of like got contextualized of it. Because she counted the library books and he got a book every month. And it ended up being like 10 years and a month. So he like was made aware of how long he was here.
I thought you looked like an angel.
A what?
I at least thought you looked more like an angel than a demon. It never once crossed my mind that you might be evil. But I understand your situation now. Because of your appearance, you've lived all alone in this dark mansion. For 10 years.
It was never really an inconvenience. They bring me all the supplies I need.
You big liar. Have you never considered running away?
That's
not an option. Because of the sun? No. I can move during the night if I really wanted to. I'm being watched. To ensure I don't leave. Watched? They can't allow anyone to find out that I'm alive. Particularly at the Bollinger estate. If I were to run and they were to find out, I would probably be killed. If only I didn't stand out so much, I might be able to stay out of sight easier. But also, I had been holding on to a little hope, I think. Hope that I might be able to return someday. I have all but given up on that hope now, though. Not that I ever had the willpower to really fight for it. I see. You don't need to worry about pitying me either. It's long since become normal to me. That's not something that should ever become normal. So what was that really a moment ago? You don't actually have a condition that makes you argue with yourself, do you? Please, tell me. You don't have to believe me. In fact, I doubt you will. Did he create people in his mind to keep him from going mad? After he was separated from being able to talk with his brother through letters? You're free to think I'm completely mad. Don't worry. I want to know. I can hear the witch's voice. The witch's voice? It started when I first arrived at the mansion. No one else can hear it either. Like I said, it sounds crazy. Not at all. I said I would trust you, so I believe you. Maybe he's not well. Yeah, that has to be it. 10 years all alone in one place and you're bound to start hearing things. He seems like a delicate person, too. Thinking about it like that, I'm starting to feel really sorry for him.
Do I want to know what you're thinking?
I'm here for you. Huh? I've made up my mind. I'm going to stay here with you.
Beatrice Umineko? Oh, Umineko. You know, isn't that another one of the, like, Alzheimer's? We gotta read that someday. Wait, what?
Don't worry. I'll shout so loud you won't be able to hear that silly witch's voice anymore.
Will you now?
If you hear it again, let me know. Understood? You don't have to be afraid.
I never said I was...
Whenever you hear it, I'll be there with you, holding your hand. Well, we kind of took an extremely long route, but there you have it. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master.
Master.
Now, where should we begin? I know, supper. Are you hungry? What should I make?
There was a girl I was interested in a while back who loved Umineko, so I got a lot of passive knowledge about that one. Yeah, I got a meme idea now. Yeah! Always love your memes, Flash. Slow down, please.
What is it? Is there something you like? I'm happy to accommodate.
You actually intend to stay here? Again? After what happened last time?
Because of what happened.
Stack another 70-hour-long Umineko game? It's okay, we love reading. Stories are what makes life worth living. Are a part of what makes life worth living.
Because of that, we're finally able to see past each other's surface. I want us to try again, from the beginning. And this time, actually try to be considerate of one another's feelings. That's a promise, Master.
All right.
I can stay here, right?
I don't mind.
I'm glad to hear it.
Say,
Yes, master?
if you ever want something from me, could I please ask you to put it into words? I don't have much faith in my ability to pick up on things.
Okay, so like, I mean, he seemed to like gauge that situation pretty well, but yeah, I mean, he's probably not too averse in like human tells, right? Yeah. I feel that. I feel that hard. Got it. Then here's something to start with. What do you say we open some of these windows?
Open the windows.
Yeah, we don't have to if you think it'll cause you problems, but it'd be nice to get a little light in here. I'd like to put an end to this house being a dark, closed-off cave.
I wasn't the one who barred the windows.
You weren't?
They were like that when I arrived. Made it seem like a very appropriate place to lock me away.
True and meme posted. Thank you, thank you.
While I'm sensitive to light, yes, as I mentioned, a little sun through the window shouldn't cause any problems.
Alright then. Can I ask you to help me open them? Let's both lighten this place up.
Men will really live anywhere.
We walk into his room and it's just a fucking mattress on the floor. After a few moments of silence, Michelle gave me a curt nod. While we couldn't do anything about the windows that had been boarded up, the two of us forced open the ones that were covered by rusted over shutters. When we got the first one open, a beautiful stream of light, like nothing I'd ever seen before. Yeah, true. I remember watching an MTV show where three guys had to get a place to stay. Flooded into the dark mansion's halls. I had assumed that spring would never come. All we had to do was talk to each other, listen to each other, and everything else would fall into place. The guy who got the cheapest got a tarp with sticks for $50, no walls, no doors, just air. Bro paid $50 to be homeless? That's crazy. Bro got robbed. But it was the first step that was so hard. So much harder than either of us had expected. And now that the ice was melting, we had to treasure that. It might not have seemed like much to someone else, but to us, it was a huge accomplishment. This time it'll all work out. It has to. I had all the confidence in the world when we were together. But now that I'm alone in the dark, in the absolute silence of the night, I'm starting to get anxious again. I'm starting to feel like something bad is going to happen. Like I'm going to mess something up again. We took a big step today, and I know I have to keep it together to keep thinking positive. I'm just thinking, like, man, the writers really knew how to capture so many of these feelings, right? Because that silence after all of that, being left alone with your thoughts, and always being, like, blamed as the victim and waiting for something bad to happen, like, that feels so real. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She had lied, she had stolen, and she had betrayed her fellow man. It's alright. It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of, Giselle. Whatever happens, you have to hold fast to your faith in the goodness of others. You have no reason to tremble. Yes, come in. That's odd. I don't think I was hearing things. There's no one there. What was that about? Oh. A glass? It's wine, and it's so warm. I guess he heated it on the fire for me?
Warm wine? I don't know how wine is normally drank, but maybe, perhaps.
Oh, you could have at least said hi. I have a feeling this is gonna work out.
Which is brew number 2. Just let me come on in. Drink up, dearie.
The light shining in through the windows is swallowed whole by the darkness, as if to say our time together never actually existed. We saw it, though. Together we watched the light crack open the darkness. I'm begging you, please remember. Please find yourself. Please, Giselle, don't let the things you felt, the warmth that fell over us, remain lost to you. I might have seen it. Seen that most beautiful light. Giselle. But are these truly my memories? Could they not be someone else's tale? Like all the others we have seen so far. She was so bright and energetic, and I am neither of those. Besides, the maid needs not a tale of her own.
This is not a story. These are memories. It's like every single time, like maybe the reincarnation stuff and like the curse is real in this way. And like just every single life that she lived after looking for Michelle, looking for him and waiting for him to come back. Wait, no, it was us who's doing that. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm saying like maybe it like stripped away her humanity towards the end and she did retreat into this like maid. So we're just opening it up again. Mine and your memories. No one else's. It was all very much real. As were the kinder, happier days that came next. Kinder, happier days. Those words create a strange warmness within my chest. But at the same time, they make me incredibly anxious. Is there really happiness to be found down that road? Even if our past doesn't lead to happiness, it couldn't be worse than where we are now. Come, Giselle, to the spring that made us more than just strangers. After all that drama, I should sleep. Yeah, no worries, Sky. Thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate it. I got my my technical Friday tomorrow, so I am hoping tomorrow is an easy day at work, and then I can just chill and relax. Next week will be a good time. Master, come on, get up. Up with you. Master. Is this the memory we saw? See, what did I tell you? Oh no, Sid's back. Oh no, Sid's back. It's so much nicer in here with a little light. Morning. Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread. Get out of there. I'm fine. With my room staying dark. What's she even doing in here? Oh, but Master, you agreed that I could open the windows. I did, yes. Don't worry, I've put curtains up. If it gets too bright, we can draw them. Mornings take the best part of being outside and squeeze them into all the same few hours.
You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. Just listen to all the wonderful sounds. The joyous song of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling of leaves. Am I being as pushy as I feel right now?
Kind of. But you wouldn't be you if you weren't. So for now, I won't get on you about it. Man, I love these two together, man. Also, now that I know your real intentions, no, never mind.
I completely misjudged you. You're the exact opposite of what I thought you were.
What did you think of me?
Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, heartless and incomprehensible. But I'm beginning to get a better idea. You're trying to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper, but can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality, too.
There's not a single good trait on that list.
Now, hear me out. That's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk, and you listened intently. You can be kind of nice, too. We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house, so we've got plenty of time to add more to the list. And I hope you can make your own list about me, too. This is just the beginning, after all. We've got a long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, no? Let's not waste any time then. What do you say we do something today that we haven't been able to before? Where should we begin? Oh, I know. We can get this place cleaned up.
You want to clean?
Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust. All over the place.
That's kind of like the inverse, right? It feels like what's the word for it? The mansion is a representation of their history too, where there was like decrepitness and like pain and like dust from like old history, and they're just like putting the pieces back together. It's really nice.
My vision was still slightly unfocused, having not completely escaped from Morpheus's embrace, but I could see well enough to catch her smiling brightly. That was the first time I had gotten a good look at her in the light. I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those glittering eyes. Not even a trace of the tribulation she had endured tainted her pure jade eyes. She's surprisingly good looking. I'm clearly not myself right now. Is something the matter, Master? I know, you're still half asleep, aren't you? I guess I'm just gonna have to throw my best bucket of water on you.
What is a best bucket of water? I'm awake.
Is there something on my face then?
Just far too amusing a sight to wake up to.
Amusing? Oh, just get out of bed already.
What a noisy morning. I am like scared of how she's going to take Michelle's like potential attraction. But we'll see how that goes, right? You know?
I got my first decent look at Michelle's face under the light that morning, watching him stifle a yawn as he crawled out of bed. All the little details I hadn't been able to pick up on in the darkness. His expressions, mannerisms, and the way he looked at me. I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those vivid, all-consuming red eyes. I was probably, no, almost certainly making a really dumb face at him. Is it just me, or is he kind of? No, very pretty. How could I have not noticed until now? Ah, jeez, wow, I can't look him in the eyes. Yes? What can I do for you?
The way she's also kind of like, it's cute. Is there something on my face?
What, no, hair monster.
Excuse me.
No, your hair is really long. Yes, it's way too long.
Is that any way for a servant to speak to her master? I'm just kidding. I don't have any interest in holding your status against you anymore.
I see. It's really hard to tell if he's joking or not.
So, about that cleaning. May I wash my face first?
What? You're going to help?
As I just said, I'm not going to act like I'm superior to you anymore. What are you snickering about?
Can't help it. I'm happy.
If my hair really does bother you, you can cut it.
Huh? I can cut it? Of course. I'll give you the best haircut you've ever had. Oh, but I should warn you, you'll want to stay perfectly still. I'm a monster with the pair of scissors. My sister always said you were like, said you were as likely to lose an ear as you were hair when I cut.
You stay away from me. Yeah, don't cut his hair. Keep his hair long.
I was shocked at how much more comfortable I felt around her only one day, following our opening up to each other.
Maybe this was normal, but I'd simply never felt it before. I didn't know. I thought it would take years of work to get close enough to someone to be able to have a conversation without picking apart every little detail. But here I was, a day later, already there. That's a nice line. Was that how it usually worked? Did people normally get close and draw apart so freely? I didn't find it unpleasant to have someone else around. It was a strange feeling. All that friction had dissipated in an instant, and it was like we had known each other for years. Though not entirely willingly, we began sharing meals, something I had always done by myself.
Hey, I see you shoving aside that parsnip. You need to eat everything.
Do you have any idea why there was so much rotting parsnip in the cellar?
It's funny to think about in the context, huh?
I don't care for it.
You can at least pretend to be ashamed. Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you.
Hasn't caused any problems thus far.
It will soon enough. I can't believe you. We have limited supplies and you won't eat your vegetables? Oh, question. I've got an idea. Is there a vegetable I wouldn't eat? I'm kind of fine with most vegetables nowadays. Maybe as a kid. I have said before that I used to be kind of a picky eater. Nowadays, not so much. I will eat literally and actually everything. Maybe besides, like, I'm still very hesitant to try, like, beef tartare. Or anything, like, raw that's not fish, you know? A question. I've got an idea.
Go on.
Is the list of supplies sent by your family set in stone?
Meaning?
I was just wondering if it was possible to make requests.
We're changing up the menu! Also, hello, Will. Hope you're doing well.
Damn, wait, I'm not gonna say anything. This is funny to think about. Funny to think about your username. But yeah, good to see you, Hope you're having a good Sunday.
We are on like peak comfy vibes. Like the vibes have never been better in this game. These two are just like getting to know each other. Finally able to like enjoy each other's presence.
If I could, I would just go out on a shopping trip.
Perish the thought. The only village around here is the one you came from.
Right. Say, are you saying that out of concern for...
Who would ever be concerned about you? I just want to be able to sleep well at night. And I'm not interested in throwing more servants to the lions. I haven't been around for these House of Fata Morgana streams, so I don't know a Sid. Better that way.
You know, you're a whole lot simpler of a person than I first thought.
Ooh, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
Back to your question about the delivery. Yes, you can. I haven't made any requests recently, but you can write what you want on a sheet of parchment. Or if we don't have any, something similar. Put it in a box and leave it outside. I'm like, hearing that kind of made me think like how long he must have been eating the exact same foods. I have like a story that my dad told me, right? Back when he used to live like that bachelor life, he lived in Texas, and as a immigrant from like Vietnam, I'm not exactly sure what like the Vietnamese food situation was like out in Texas when he lived there for so long. And apparently for like 5 or 6 years while he was living there, like doing his shit, he only ate one thing and one thing only. Like he always went to the same restaurant and ordered the exact same meal and never diversified. He only ate one thing, and that was I don't know how to like do the pronunciation for Vietnamese really, but it's like com sung cha, I think is how you say it. It was like charbroiled pork chop with rice and like there's like a sort of like Vietnamese meatloaf. And he would eat that every single day at a restaurant, to the point where like the owner got concerned and was like worried that like, you know, how come you don't try any of my other food? Like, is my other food suck, or like what's up? And like it was just like up to him. He was like, oh no, it's just I like this, so I eat this and only this. Meatloaf? Yeah, like the Vietnamese meatloaf. Do you know what I'm talking about, Will? As like another like Vietnamese guy to another. Like, is it? I think it's like the steamed meatloaf. Love that shit. I need a little more context. It's like the egg and like it's got like rice noodles mixed in, yellow at the top. Yeah, exactly that one. Do you know what that's called? Yeah, efficiency of thought, no need to think. Yeah, the meatloaf looks a little gray with some noodles in it. Yeah, vermicelli. Yeah, I mean, I know vermicelli is like the rice noodles, but like it's not vermicelli. Ramsey, it's raw. Man, I'm talking about that. I haven't had dinner today, and like that's just getting me mad hungry. As long as your request isn't completely unreasonable, it should arrive with the next package. Why? Is there something you need? Cha? Oh, okay, so that's why it's called kom sung cha, because like I think the kom sung is like the rice and pork chop, and then the cha is like the additional like cha trong hap. Do not behold me to the Vietnamese pronunciation. We're unlearned, we're unskilled. Yeah, with symbols, yeah. I really need to learn Vietnamese one day. It's like, I want to talk with that side of the family, and I just can't.
Yeah, I was hoping to increase our selection of vegetables. And while I'm at it, if possible. Actually, that's a secret.
A secret?
It's nothing too exciting. I'll tell you when the time's right.
I can actually teach you because I speak Viet. Maybe someday. Do you have like a good learning resource that you'd recommend? Because I mean, I know like talking with people is the best way to learn a language, but like in order to talk with someone, you do need a baseline. Like, I really only know, like, Kamung, which is like thank you in Vietnamese. But like outside of that, like we are hurting. We are lacking for a reference, right? I mean, I could always ask my dad to like talk to me in Vietnamese, but in Discord calls, I'm just gonna randomly speak to you in Viet until you get it. Be warned. I mean, we'll see. I'll be able to like context clues it at least. That'll help with the conversational aspect, which I do appreciate.
My relationship with Michelle gradually transitioned from master and servant to something closer to friends. He was still my master, but he allowed me almost complete freedom. And he didn't order me around either. He even gave me a hand with my work. Though he was still not very talkative and oftentimes hard to read, he at least seemed to be making an effort to close the gap. He would on occasion tell me about himself, though not in much detail, and anytime his family came up, he grimaced uncomfortably. Apparently, his father had wanted him dead. It's okay, canonically, Mangaga 2168 doesn't speak English, he only communicates through context clues and vibes. Yes. That is, I mean, if not, that is like language, no? I am merely mimicking the context clues and vibes that I have experienced myself in the way I formulate my thoughts. His brothers, though, had worked to create a scenario in which he could live, faking his death and sending him to this remote mansion. I had never encountered Michelle's brothers while at his family's estate, but assuming he was right and it was one of them who had given me that letter, they were likely our only allies at that house. I don't know what he's thinking. It's been 10 years, Michelle had muttered. To which I had replied, have faith. It was better to believe in something, even if it felt silly and unreasonable, than to lose faith in everything. My being able to find renewed belief in the kindness of people was what allowed me to start smiling again, after all.
Yeah, so for any Asian food, unless you live in an area that's primarily Asian, getting a specific food such as Vietnamese is kind of hard to get. And most food places are Chinese, yeah. Yeah, kind of giving me like vibes to both what my girlfriend and my niece have said about North Carolina food. And that like there is like nothing out there for them. Because like my girlfriend has a sister who lives out in North Carolina right now. And she is constantly complaining to her about the fact that there's nothing good to eat. Do your fans know where you're from? Oh yeah, I mean, I've said it a lot. I am a California boy.
It wasn't an exciting or thrilling life. It was a humble, simple one with just the two of us. But I wouldn't trade that light for anything. Some people might think it dull or dreary, but it was ours. Master, I really appreciate that you want to help with the cooking. I do. Honestly, but... Yo, your cooking sucks.
That is why he existed purely on fucking dried meat.
This is apocalyptic. This is mutinous. This is an affront to gastronomy. This is unearthly disgusting.
Get me better ingredients.
What?
I am not a bad cook. These are simply bad ingredients. With a better gamer chair, he would be able to cook crazy. Yeah, me literally an Asian eating Asian stuff every day. Yeah. Oh, to live in a place with its own food. I mean, there's American food too, but... You know what? No, I can't complain. I fucking love American food. Like, give me barbecue or give me death, right? Like, I will fuck up a rib. I will fuck up American barbecue. American barbecue is, like, my favorite food of all time. If they were better, they would taste just fine boiled. And it's not as bad as you claim. Besides, oh, no. He does suck at cooking the way he just said that. We are not just boiling shit to eat.
You make a mockery of the culinary arts.
I've been eating this for years. I don't see a problem.
I've heard quite enough, Master. It sounds like I'm going to need you to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. I have to teach him what real food tastes like. Otherwise, he won't be able to appreciate it if I make him something really good.
Damn, you telling me Michelle's the type of guy? Some boiled chicken and nothing else? Oh, we'll not eat any of the salt because it's spicy. Yeah, the closest Vietnamese place to me is HEB, and that's because HEB allows them to rent a place near them. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we're kind of like... I'm in a predominantly like Hispanic area, so I have a lot of really, really good Hispanic food. But I do have to travel a bit to get some nice like authentic Asian food, for sure. Yeah, no spices, just hot water.
Hold the chair steady for me, will you? I'm gonna wipe down the top shelf.
I can handle it. I'm tall enough to reach without standing on a chair.
It's not as simple as running a rag over it. I've got practice, so let me take care of it, alright? There's a lot more dust than I expected. I probably should have used something to cover my mouth. You're going to want to hold your breath for this, Master. Alright, here goes.
She's quite practiced. Is there any need for me to be holding the chair?
Achoo!
Whoa. Oh.
Hold the chair!
Yep.
Ow!
Cute.
I'm so sorry. I didn't think there would be that much dust. Thank you for holding the...
Did she land on him? Gotta go enjoy the fun story while it lasts. It's gonna be so sad, man. The way we've been pulling from all the other stories, they're totally gonna come from the village and kill these guys. Maybe like nothing changes with the ending of Door 5. Or Door 4.
Master, your hand is...
What?
Your hand is, it's on my chest.
It was an accident.
Right, it was. It's fine, really. It was my fault anyways. It's completely, totally fine.
I can't even look her in the eyes. Could this be any more painfully awkward?
So don't worry about it, Master. Honestly, I should be apologizing for subjecting you to that.
The Range Warrior spirit be with you, Michelle. But like, I hope she's not... I hope that didn't like invoke any sort of bad memories with her. That's easier said than done. I have to do something about this stifling awkwardness. For one, it was only for a moment. I barely even realized what it was. But that's not the issue. I need some clever way to brush all this aside. Something witty. To tell them I'm not bothered at all. I'm not concerned. In fact, I see no reason to be concerned at all. It felt like I was squeezing an obese rat. That is crazy to say, man. That is a crazy con to say about touching someone like that. I hardly even perceived it as a breast. The Giselle stare. I want to put those like, hold on, like, y'all know the like eye emoji? Like the left and right eye, the really big ass eyes. Just put that shit on on Giselle right then and there. Like, she hit him with that.
An obese rat. An obese rat.
What?
How utterly insensitive can you be? I'm going to rip every last hair off your head.
Leave my hair out of this. Okay, say what you will, But I actually do think the obese Ratcom was the smart play. Like, that broke any sort of tension. It just became like as like tactless as it might have been in a way. That was absolutely the right call. That broke any and all tension there could have been. Cause like, what? How are you not gonna think about that? Like, who says that? Utterly dumbstruck.
Say, Master, what did you do all this time by yourself?
That's an exceedingly vague question.
Say, when you were really, really stupidly bored out of your mind, what did you do to keep yourself preoccupied? Just how many times have you reached enlightenment?
I sometimes played chess, too.
Chess? Wait, by yourself?
Yes, I imagine how an opponent might react to my moves, and play the other side that way.
That's kind of depressing to think about. How about this, Master? Play a game against me.
Do you know the rules?
You bet I do. I do come from a family of merchants, so I keep up with trends in all sorts of games.
Oh.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Yeah, who wins? Years of experience or a man who has just studied immense game? So, who was I supposed to prepare to meet again? Michelle won, okay. Bro got chess theory on lock. He has studied millions of games and found them wanting.
Come on, have a little mercy. You trounced me. One more time. I just wasn't at the top of my game.
When am I going to meet this maker?
What? How? When did you put me in checkmate? One more. Hold on, that's not fair. Take it back. My king. Please stop.
This is giving me major flashbacks to Utawari Ramono. Amateur.
Can you go a bit easy?
You never asked me to go easy.
This isn't a game, this is a slaughter. This is a one-sided massacre. How about this?
About this maker.
I'm looking right at him.
That was actually kind of fun.
No, it wasn't. It was miserable. Next time we're playing something fair.
Such as...
let's see. Oh, I know. Arm wrestling.
Oh, you know what? He do only got, like, bone. Gotta say, Giselle might have him beat. Arm wrestling.
Yeah, you sit across from each other. Put your elbow on the table. Grab hands and see who can pin the other down.
Who would ever willingly participate in such a primitive competition?
Not interested then, or are you afraid you might lose?
Alright then. I can't imagine losing to a woman. Oh, be prepared to be surprised, Michelle.
Okay, elbow on the table. Start on my count. Ready, go. Victory.
Yo, Michelle got up those gains. Bro's gotta eat better. Bro's gotta start working out. The 10 years of hanging out, fucking doing nothing at the house, crazy work. Yeah, she got that gorilla strength. Just like Kanata Hololive. She's kind of got the short hair like Kanata too. Yeah, we are on that flashback type shit. This is just like happening every day. What a nice life. With each passing day, it grew less and less unusual having someone. Having Giselle always at my side. I began more freely engaging in silliness, speaking my mind, showing emotion. I could say her name, and Giselle would turn around and smile at me. An unimaginable sight not long ago. For 10 years. For 10 years I had lived alone. Solitude had been my normal. But that was very rapidly changing at her hands. We were continually getting closer, yes, but not in a romantic sense. If I had to describe it, I would say good friends was probably the most apt. Time continued to press on, our relationship remaining relatively stable. Eventually summer came, bringing with it the longest period of sunlight I had experienced in many years. Then the leaves began falling from the trees, and before long the world grew cold and dreary. That winter the fireplace was never without a crackling blaze in its belly. The boiled wine we drank was undoubtedly middling and cheap, but she said with a smile, "I've never had such wine this good before." And though I didn't say anything, I felt the same way. Yeah, having a good person next to you eating like food, really, company makes food like all the more better. It could be like the most mid shit, but like elevated a step with someone else. The sun setting much earlier, and having stopped using candles, we found ourselves habitually gathering around the fireplace when it grew dark. Cute.
Reading a story by the fireplace like this almost makes it feel like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? I bet that's why troubadours perform at pubs, so they can be near the fire.
Or because there's ale. Drunkenness makes even bad singing and storytelling pleasant to the ears.
Oh, you're such a cynic. But that's okay. Say.
Yes.
Do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library?
Please don't tell me you're bringing the obese rat incident back up.
No, not that. Before that. Before we could actually talk to each other. I believe I suggested we read something together if you ever felt the inclination.
You might have. I can't say I remember.
Are you sure about that? You turned down my proposal saying it was wasting my time. But look, it's actually happened. Even if you don't remember, I'm sure you never thought this moment would come. I was, for the most part, focused on making sure things didn't get any worse between us. But to be honest, I didn't expect there would actually come a time we would sit together shoulder to shoulder and read a book. You never know how things might pan out.
I actually do remember. I remember how I tried to push her away, how much I mistrusted her. I was nothing but hostile towards her. People change. And perhaps if they can, so can the future. Maybe I can hope that, like our friendship, there's a chance the future might take a turn for the better.
Is something the matter?
I don't much care for hypotheticals, but if by some chance I were someday to be able to return to that house, should that time come, that house is home tonight. That house is home to her nightmares. Even if it didn't happen until after my father was gone, it wouldn't erase what he had done to her there. She acts like nothing's wrong though. I don't know. Have her wounds healed, or do they still remain?
Should that time come?
Should that time come, if that day comes, I will do what I can to ensure you that you have a comfortable life in the city. Though I will not be able to inherit the estate, I can work something out.
I see. Thank you. Very much.
But if you would be comfortable doing so, I would be pleased if you were to join me. I mean, as a servant.
As a servant?
Yes, a servant. We're, short on hands.
I see. A servant.
Do I really need to repeat myself? Yes, a servant.
All right, sure. I think I will. I'd like to accompany you, Master. How exciting. I'm sure a wonderful future awaits us.
I pray so.
Now, back to the story. I believe we had just gotten to the point where the knights set out to defeat the monster and save the princess.
It really says a lot, right? That she can be put in the exact same scenario with this man and be okay with it. That is healing. If not healing, at least like coming to terms and knowing that that's in the past.
I bet he was a big, buff, muscular knight.
Let's not talk about how muscular he was. A little self-conscious.
She let out a gentle laugh, and I thought I smelled something sweet on her breath.
Was it her scent? Or perhaps just my imagination? I had no way of knowing. We sat so close, even the slightest shift seemed sufficient to allow me to hear the sound of her heartbeat, causing mine to accelerate. Curiosity flooded my mind. What might she be thinking right now? What does she think about me? And as much as I tried to banish them, I frustratingly failed. I was just getting caught up in the moment. I had just briefly lost my way. Though I tried to convince myself otherwise, it was all in vain. When had my pulse gotten so rapid? When had my skin gotten so flushed? When? How? Why was this happening to me? I thought I had already learned my lesson about having feelings for someone else. Who did he have feelings for?
Before long, winter retreated and our second spring came to take its place. A full year had passed since we had resumed living together, and I don't think it was my imagination that this year felt much warmer than last. Spring seemed to have arrived a bit earlier than in previous years. One night, when the breeze carried on its pleasant residual warmth, Giselle escorted me out to the garden. Hello, Eli. Good to see you. I see you launching that Uma Musume. Hope the horses have been treating you well. My rolls have been dog shit. Well, okay. Question. I think I have it in me to do. So I have 5 more 10 pulls until I pity the Rico banner, right? Do I drop $60 and 10 pull Maxi soft quit Umas? I haven't done a full run in a month. Fair. Honestly, probably for the better with the way some of this shit be transpiring, right? But this new patch is pretty good. Don't do it. Okay. You've convinced me. We won't. Yeah, I don't know if it would do me any favors. I'm doing fine enough in my runs as it is. The only reason I would be pulling would be if I were like, yeah, I have no reason to, now that I think about it. Why succumb to the PvP brain? My goodness gracious, Virgo Cup already? Oh, damn, really? Okay, I haven't really launched the game today, so I haven't had a look yet. I tend to save my Uma Musume launching to like either the first thing I do when I wake up or the thing I do right before I go to bed. So today is one of those first thing I do when I go to bed type vibes. Giselle escorted me out to the garden. Come, Master, hurry up. It's the middle of the night. What's so important? I just found it myself, and I couldn't wait until morning. A rose, it blossomed. A rose. May this type of love find any and all of us, right? Giselle had, over the past year, cleaned up the nest of weeds that had been strangling the garden. Off to the side of a small plot of turned soil, swaying in the wind beneath the moonlight, was a single red rose. When did you... Last year I requested flower seeds, but I just couldn't get them to grow, and I was starting to think they never would. But look, it's only one, but it did.
I had no idea.
Of course you didn't. I didn't tell you.
Why would you keep it from me?
I wanted to make it a gift for you, Master.
What? Why?
Roses make wonderful gifts, supposedly.
No, that's not what I meant. Why me? I haven't given you anything.
Consider it a symbol of my hope that we'll still be this close another year from now. If we are, then this is yours.
I don't follow her reasoning. I don't follow it at all, but the sight of the deep red rose The sight of the deep red rose almost melting into the dark night was perhaps the most wondrous thing I had ever seen in my life. I had never understood why some people found flowers so enchanting. They were always just plants to me. But that one, on that night, was undeniably beautiful. Majestic. I understand. I am not very much like a flower guy, I fear. But I also like respect the power in the flower. Like, were I to like delve into like the gifting of flowers, I would be reading into what they mean type shit. But like me personally, like I don't think I would very much mind the upkeep. It is nice. They're pretty to look at, but I don't know if I'd be wowed. Like a young child seeing a flower for the very first time, my hand automatically reached out for it. Not knowing the proper way to appreciate flowers, I didn't gently caress its petals or take in its fragrance, but snapped its stem.
Oh, you picked it. Are you going to bring it back to your room?
When I finally processed her question, that was when I realized I probably should have left it to grow in the garden. From the base of its stem, where I'd plucked it, a droplet succumbed to gravity and fell to the earth. With it came the delayed realization that I had ended the plant's life. But it was overpowered by a childish possessiveness. This stunning flower was mine. If you think about it, sometimes the only flowers we ever get are ones we've passed. Buy your homie some flowers. True. Moonlight trickled down from the heavens, giving a gentle bluish tint to my hands and a smile on her face. Don't buy me flowers, though. Yeah, I am okay. I think I am okay without the flowers. But I would appreciate the gesture.
You're going to need a vase, then. Give me just a minute.
Don't buy me flowers, buy me a lunch. Call it even.
For the briefest moment, the moonlight must have played a trick on my mind.
Yeah, I need to find you to give you flowers, yeah. Oh, what a move. What a masterful last move.
Huh? Master.
The unintentional Riz? What on earth am I doing?
A look of bewilderment filled Giselle's face, just inches from mine, which hammered in the reality of what I'd just done. The thought had just crossed my mind that perhaps her black hair might prove a good backdrop for the rose, but it was supposed to remain a simple fancy. What was that about?
An excuse. I need a good excuse. A drawing.
A drawing?
Right. I would like to preserve it on canvas.
What? What?
I mean, the that a rose on its own does not make a very compelling picture, so I would like to include you as an accessory.
Wait, you want to draw me too?
Merely as a background element. You're slightly more interesting than a vase, that's all. That's crazy.
I've never seen you draw anything before.
I just never got the urge.
You know how?
Many years ago, my brother taught me.
I don't think I can handle being a model. I never had a drawing of me done before. I would probably be better off with just the rose.
Or you would probably be better off with just the rose. You gave it to me, didn't you? That means I'm free to do with it as I please.
I did.
I didn't mean to sound so rude. I had no real interest in drawing the rose. But I couldn't just take it back either. Gisela had shrunk back quite visibly, and I couldn't bring myself to look her in the eyes. So I fled to the cellar in search of supplies to escape the oppressive awkwardness. At the far wall, I found a rectangular panel of wood and several sticks of charcoal. My materials were obviously nothing compared to what a court artist might use, but I was clearly not going to be able to do the portrait any kind of justice. God, what am I doing? I want to bury my head in the sand. Giselle was waiting for me in the stained glass chamber. It seemed she was still just as uncomfortable as when I had left her. She gave me a fleeting glance before averting her gaze again. If only she would laugh or make a scene like usual, it would make things so much easier. Why did she have to choose now to start acting meek? I'm ready for fucking Michelle's MS Paint version of Giselle.
What should I be doing?
Stay perfectly still, please.
Do you need me to pose or anything?
No, just get comfortable. Look away.
Why?
It's hard to work when you're watching me. What?
I feel like I have to sneeze.
Hold it in, please. What now?
Can I see it?
I've barely drawn anything yet. As long as our eyes didn't meet, I was able to observe her, and my gaze was quite clearly not focused on the rose, but Giselle. At first, I had regretted my in-the-moment proposition. You mean the first one I made and posted in meme chat? But I was beginning to think it hadn't been such a bad idea. Without some sort of pretext, I would never have been able to examine her so intently. I didn't have that kind of courage. This isn't like me. But what was like me? Did I prefer being a sharp-tongued, unapproachable recluse? Was that what I wanted to strive for? Giselle was like a gale. Her mere presence dispersed the gloomy cloud that had always hovered around me. Thinking about it, it's practically a miracle that we ever ended up so comfortable around each other. That she's still here right now. Light from the moon spilled through the stained glass window, taking on a multitude of pale tones before falling on her white skin and jade eyes. I had stopped sketching at some point. What in the world was going on? Yeah, we're in Giselle POV now. One of my roses had finally bloomed, which I thought would put a smile on Michelle's face. But rather than improve his mood, it had made him go all strange. It had made him say he wanted to draw something. I had never seen Michelle draw anything before. I can't sit still. I tried to sneak peeks of him every once in a while, but anytime our eyes met, he gave me a stern look that way stare.
So he ended up spending a whole lot of time looking at the Archangel in the stained glass window. What could he be thinking? Could this be thanks for the rose? I'm pretty sure he's not the type who would consider a drawing an expression of gratitude, though. If I'm wrong about that, it'll turn my whole world upside down. Maybe he wanted to draw me. No, not possible. That would turn the whole world upside down even faster. He couldn't. We're close to be sure, but we're not that kind of close. That makes it sound like Michelle's attracted to me. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. He compares me to an obese rat and calls me an amateur at chess, laughing while he crushes me. So that's not what it is it? Oh yes. If so, Michelle's just a male tsundere. He is absolutely a male tsundere. I am all for it. If it's too much trouble, you're free to leave. This might take a very long time to complete. Oh no trouble. You had a very stern look on your face is all. I was doing that bad of a job at hiding it. I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want. Well, not tsundere. Just like no filter. He was never saying like obese rat in like a harmful manner. He just didn't know how to like break that tension. So the vibe might be more like idiot. I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want. It was foolish of me to ask you. I'm sorry. Honestly, it's no trouble. I mean it. You just took me by surprise. That's all. I'm not even that great of an artist to begin with. That's not a talent I was blessed with. If I'm being honest with myself, I can't imagine anyone would be pleased to have bad art drawn of them. I would appreciate bad art drawn of me. That is an expression of like appreciation, you know? What's he getting so negative about? I wasn't the only one making a face. His head was turned slightly downward, a forlorn shimmer in his eyes. I had never seen him make that face before. He resembled a child who had just been scorned by his mother. Like, kind of like it is a meaningful act of like effort, you know? Done in part to someone else. So that is, no matter the quality, something to always like treasure. It's why like a little kid's picture gets posted on the fridge type beat. He resembled a child who had just been scorned by his mother. I wasn't at all angry or displeased with him. I was just fine, honestly. Yeah, like I got like a picture that my niece drew of me, and I like hard quotations like of me from when she was like 3 or 4. Still got that shit posted up. I still have that shit in my room. I had to get that through to him. I am pleased. It doesn't matter how it turned out. You drew it for me, Master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. But the moonlight shining through the stained glass was so enchanting. I lost myself in it. I would be happy with anything drawn for me by the man I love. Oh! She said it! She's gonna be like, wait, what did I just say? For an instant, time froze. By the time I realized what I had said, my mind had gone blank, and I couldn't form a coherent thought. I mean, like, like family. You're like an older brother to me.
Brother zoned!
I meant love, like a love for a brother. Hey, say something, Master. Give me your usual exasperated sigh. Come on now. Come on, give me your best good grief, then hurl me out the window. Oh, come on, please. Show me some disappointment. Master? When the wood panel he was using as a canvas and the charcoal in his hand crashed to the hard chapel floor, the clattering was so loud, I jumped. I didn't have the presence of mind to wonder why he had knocked over the canvas, or why his hands appeared to be shaking. Let me help you with that. I stepped towards him, and when I did, the moonlight shining down upon us intensified. The start of this song. What? Yo, wait, this song. And our gazes of jade and ruby intertwined.
Nah, that's a cheat code, man. That's romantic as fuck. With this song, that's romantic as fuck.
There was a visible rosiness in his ethereally pale cheeks. Master? Flickers of panic darted beneath the surface of his normally stony red eyes. They were trembling as he looked over at me. I was at a loss for words. We must have been under the moon's spell. We weren't thinking. We stood alone in a frozen world, robbed of all rational thought. Riding the moonlight's current, his hand fell against my cheek. It was much colder than I'd expected, but it felt pleasant on my flushed skin. As we drew closer, I could feel the warmth emanating from his body, and I'm sure he could feel mine. The beating of my heart, too. His breathing stopped for a moment, and he gulped. He brought his head in. I closed my eyes and...
Oh, she got... Now, of course she would flash back to that, man. Like, that is a hard thing to look past.
Then I shoved him away with all my strength. Michelle rolled back, knocked his head on the side of a pew, and began groaning in pain, which is when I finally realized what I'd done. What have you done, Giselle? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
Sorry, you startled me. I really, truly didn't mean to knock you down.
You should go back to your room. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you tonight.
But...
Get some rest. Good night.
He turned away, marching off into the corridor enshrouded in darkness. There was a heavy air of loneliness hanging over him, which gave rise to phantom images of him actually disappearing into the darkness. I had caused that, but I hadn't realized until it was too late. felt like someone was sitting on my chest. Why would I ever do that to him? Of course I'm going to hurt him reacting like that. Maybe I was hoping he would say it was just one of his jokes. Do I want it to be a joke? I had that option. I could pretend nothing ever happened, and tomorrow would go back to the way things were before. But if I did that, there would almost certainly never be a second chance. You were okay with it. You wanted it, Giselle. Quit lying to yourself. You're the one who said you loved him, and that was no mistake. This fucking song, man. You wouldn't sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book with someone you didn't care for. You wouldn't enjoy eating supper with someone you didn't like. You wouldn't be able to live happily with someone you didn't love. You have to go after him. Find him and tell him the truth. What am I doing, for God's sake? I'm not in my right mind. Something about me was off today. I couldn't control myself. I was saying things I didn't mean, doing things I didn't intend to. I had never meant to do that. But at this point, I had no choice but to admit my feelings. I couldn't pretend I didn't know what they were anymore. How long had I felt this way? A week? A month? 6 months? Or maybe a full year? Had they already developed when we started anew? No. The when didn't matter. It didn't change the fact. I was still attracted to her, regardless of when it had begun. But she pushed me away. Quite literally. I sighed at myself. Why should I be disappointed? She was nothing like me. I was reclusive and unsociable. She was the exact opposite. She was the kind of person who would confidently tell someone how she felt. And she had done exactly that. Said I was like a brother. But I hadn't listened. As a matter of fact, could I have been more presumptuous? I don't deserve to love anyone. It's better this way. Master! What? I told you to go back to your room. Master, I need you to listen to me, okay? What? About what just happened. That doesn't count. You can't count any of that. Huh? That I said I loved you, and that I shoved you, they don't count. Right. I was planning to forget that anyways. So don't worry. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that it's not something I should have said on a whim, just because the moonlight was kind of pretty tonight. It wasn't supposed to be so casual. The way I said it didn't get across at how much I really care about you. It should have been something with more impact. Rather, me looking you straight in your eyes. My heart jumping around like it's on fire. That's how I should have said it. What are you? I'm saying I want you to give me one more chance to do it right. Giselle. Calm yourself. I am calm. In no sense of the word are you calm. Fine, then. I'm not calm. But I am clear-headed. I mean every last word. Listen. Listen very carefully. I love you. I love you so much, I feel like my heart's going to explode.
What? Huh? You mean like family? Like a brother? Right?
Romantic love. Romantic.
What?
I wasn't upset back there. No, I was elated.
What? My mind couldn't keep up with what I was hearing. Half out of breath where she stood, Giselle was frantically insisting that she loved me. Was I dreaming?
Master? How do you... I would like to hear how you feel about me. Assuming I interpreted that correctly. You were going for a kiss back there, right? Right? So I can take that as your answer?
Such like... This is so good, man. I'm like thinking about like how this game has like such monumentally dark shit. And then you got like moments like this too. That's like crazy writing. Giselle looked up to me with bleary eyes. She had feelings. For me. It was a miracle. I could hardly breathe. It felt like someone had stuck their hand on my chest and was squeezing my heart. I just had to say yes. And a smile would spread across her face. I could bring her joy, and all it would take was a single word. I had no reason to say no. My happiness was standing right there in front of me. What more could I ask for? All I had to do was reach out and claim it for myself. I had tried to do exactly that in the chapel, and I could do it again. I loved her. I was a twisted man, cast out of the world, and left with nothing. I had no way to make her happy. But still, man. Don't let this happen now, man. He doesn't feel like he's worthy of love. That fucking sucks. Don't tell me you've forgotten what you are. Tell me. There was no moonlight to give me that nudge. Do not feel that way about you. Man! What? I got confused for a moment. I apologize for the misunderstanding that seems to have caused. I'm gonna like sit in this for a little bit, and also I got a phone call. Man. All the color drained from her, like a flower wilting before my eyes. A heavy sigh spilled from her lips.
Her jade eyes swayed lifelessly back and forth. I hadn't thought mere love could possibly have such weight. But she looked as though I had just told her she was to be executed. I see. I'm sorry.
Not the way that this is also going to make her feel like she's not worthy of love too. She's already got like massive self-esteem in a way, like in the back of her mind creeping in there. We saw what she was thinking about herself the moment she stepped into that chapel the first time, where she didn't think she was like a good woman.
I let it get to my head. Sorry for making such a racket. Really, God, what was I thinking? I got way ahead of myself there. Her full energy hurt to watch. I had hurt her. This was the result. You wanted to protect yourself, even if it meant hurting her. But look where that got you. You would have been better off just going with it. Because when she learned the truth, she would have pushed you away anyways. I'm sorry. I'll be going now. Sorry for barging in on you like that. She made her way into the shadows towards the door. There. You did it. You preserved your peace. I got the feeling she would never again turn back. Your mistake was ever getting close to anyone. What I had always wanted was right there in front of me, and I was so close to obtaining it. And you pushed her away. I actually did love her. She would never love the real you. No, she couldn't. You're disgusting. I can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me.
Damn.
Good night, Master. She was leaving. I wanted her here. She was leaving. I simply had to acknowledge my feelings and she would come back. Was I really content to let her go? In my weakness, I mistreated her. I hurt her. I let her go. And I was about to lose her. Even though she said she loved me. And I felt the same way. Wait. Please don't go. Your voice is shaking like a scared child's. What are you hoping to tell her like that? She was different. She was probably... No. She absolutely was nothing like anyone in my past. She won't be any different. I decided I would try just one more time. To believe in myself, to believe in someone else. I lied. Giselle, from the bottom of my heart,
If that song comes on again, I might be like, I'm already like primed and staged to like tear up a little.
You'll regret this. No.
Give me a sec. won't. I sincerely love you. The fragrance of rose enveloped me. Her arms, wrapped around my chest, were both imbued with strength and shaking like mad, as though the slightest touch might shatter them. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? She said in a quavering, sniveling voice just inches from my ear. I lack sufficient control over my mind or body to return her embrace, to run my hand through her hair, or to do anything more than support her weight. I'm sorry. Jerk, bully, brute. You don't get to play this one off as a joke. I'm truly, sincerely sorry. You've given me two different stories. Tell me which one's the truth. Were you just confused, or do you actually love me? I want to hear you say it again. The truth is, I love you. Again, I love you. Without fumbling this time. I love you, as I've said several times now. Not good enough. Again. Have mercy, please. I'm about to die of humiliation. Can I really believe you this time? You're not going to say you were lying again? No, I won't. Then we both feel the same way about each other. Shockingly enough. What's there to be shocked about? I didn't think there was anything likable about me. You really have to do something about that pessimism. I'll try. I'm in heaven. I'm so happy I could cry. You are all over me. No Sid could cry. Thank goodness, thank goodness. When you first said no, everything went black. I was unsure what I would do anymore. Lost all hope. I really feel bad. Or, I really do feel bad about that. But you had a change of heart. Now you're willing to have me. Yes. And everything I bring with me. That was the idea. Absolutely everything, right? You're pushing that point rather hard. I have a request. It's something I don't think I could ask you at any time but now, while we're in the moment. I'll do anything so long as it's within my ability. Tell me, what is it? Will you look at my naked body? What? More specifically, my scars. You're going to have to see them eventually. In which case, I would like that to be now. This is giving me Utawara Ramono all over again. A year ago, I had refused to look at her scars. I had been certain I wouldn't be able to accept what they represented. The abuse my father had subjected her to. If possible, I would have preferred never having to face that. But I, more than anyone, needed to know. It was my responsibility. I had to accept reality, not grimace or avert my eyes. I had to face up to what had been done to her. The admitting the feelings part. Okay. We're not gonna be TOS, right? They wouldn't dare show this, right? I couldn't bring myself to look at her as she hesitantly disrobed. I don't know what this game's about. I'm just gonna keep my finger ready.
The sound of her clothes rustling made me feel as though I was doing something incredibly improper. As much as I tried to feign calm, I was so tense my joints were practically creaking, and my heart felt like it was being stepped on. I feel like I'm made of stone. I'm ready. You can turn around.
All right. I'll count to 10.
She's laughing at me. I feel a whole lot better seeing you so nervous.
I'm turning around.
Okay.
Well, that's honestly, that's not too bad. Let's go back.
Her head was tilting down just enough to keep me from making out her expression, but she couldn't hide the pink flush spreading across her cheeks. It contrasted well against her white but not excessively pale skin, as did her jet black hair. Sorry, it's not anything nicer to look at. In what way was this not a pleasant sight? I had never been more entranced by anything in my entire life. She was stunning. I had no measure of comparison, but I was certain the same sight of any other woman in the world would not have had the same effect on me. I could say as much with confidence, despite having never seen another woman nude. Hypnotized, I couldn't take my eyes off the gentle curves of her body. Were I more socially inclined, perhaps I could have told her she was pretty, which perhaps would have brought a sheepish smile to her face.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Maybe it is kind of wild. I think as long as I don't get rid of the text box, it is like maybe just barely skimming that TOS line.
And though I wanted to, my throat was dry as dust, and all I could manage to produce were incoherent rasps.
You know what? It's art. This is part of the art. This is not done in a sexual way. I don't think this is sexual. It's pretty, but it's not sexual.
Please say something.
No.
I'm hideous, aren't I? I'm unclean.
You're not hideous.
You mean it?
I mean it. Why would you think so?
Because
You're not unclean. Not in the slightest.
You mean it?
I do.
Even seeing this.
Giselle's eyes slide downward, a trace of fear lurking just beneath the surface. Following her lead, I dropped my gaze to her lower body. And there, I saw her scars. Swollen, red and black gashes, still not healed after more than a year, defiled her white flesh. As she had described for me, the lines were arranged to form letters carved into her skin. So that's why she said I would have to see them eventually. My instincts told me these were wounds she would carry for the rest of her life. I felt nauseous, heartbroken, infuriated at the fact that the person who had done this was out of my reach, at the fact that I could do nothing for her. What went through my father's mind when he looked at these? What did he gain from giving her these wounds? Why did he have to do this to her? Why my father? of all people. Giselle was the one with the scars. Giselle was the one in pain. But I felt like someone had shoved a handful of needles into my chest. Dozens of thick metal stakes piercing the wall of my heart, blood streaming through me like a river. If I didn't force myself to face it, I was liable to run. What was the right thing to say? What was I supposed to tell her? As hard as I thought, I couldn't come up with an answer. All I came up with was intense frustration. It killed me that I couldn't take these scars from her. That I couldn't give my father a piece of my mind. You are in no way hideous, no matter what marks are left on your body. It took all I had to form that single sentence. Thank goodness. I'm so glad to hear that. When I was down in the village, they said it didn't matter what they did to me because I was already dirty. That made me think I had reached the point where I was so tainted, anyone could see it. I'm sorry. Why should you apologize? You were frowning really intensely. I thought I might have made you mad. No. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at I'm angry at my father, the villagers, and myself. May I touch them? You may. My hands were trembling, but I knew I wouldn't be doing her any favors by hesitating. As soon as my fingertips brushed her skin, she shuddered. Does it hurt?
No. There hasn't been pain in some time.
I could feel her trembling where I touched her. It didn't seem like it was going to subside anytime soon. As soon as she began whimpering softly, her lips moved as though she was trying to say something, but the best she managed was a few strained gasps. Tears had begun welling up in her eyes as well.
I feel like I'm in heaven right now, but I also kind of hate myself.
Hate yourself? Why?
Because I can't stop shaking. I'm overjoyed to feel your touch, but I can't control my body. I know you're nothing like that, but I keep seeing flashes of you doing other things in my mind. It kills me that my body won't react the way I feel in my heart.
One second. I was foolish to have ever thought these wounds might have healed. Just as scars remained on her body, so too did they remain in her heart. Unlike the physical wounds, though, the ones inside her seemed to still be raw and bleeding. She just did such a good job of acting normal that I had begun to think she might have gotten past them. Of course not, you blind fool. You shoved me back there because it brought back those memories.
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry.
Why are you apologizing? I should be the one. Do you have any desire to place a curse on him?
What?
Do you want me to curse Antonin If you so desire, I might be able to make it happen. Cast a curse on him, perhaps even a fatal one. I ignore the fact that he's my father. I don't consider that man family anymore. I want you to be honest with me. If hypothetically such a thing were possible, would you want to curse him?
No. I would not want that.
Why not? You have every right to take revenge. For what that man did, he deserves punishment. He inflicted so much pain on you. You're still shaking more than a year later, and you can just let him get away with it out of the goodness of your heart? Hypothetically, if you wanted to curse him, I
wouldn't do it even hypothetically. And not out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just a coward.
A coward?
If curses were real, and he were to die by one, then I would never, ever be able to forget. If my resentment for him took his life, that would mean he had damaged me so permanently, I was never able to get past it.
This is like really hitting me something fierce.
I don't want that. I want to be able to forget. I'm still shaking now, but one day I want to be able to proclaim proudly that it no longer has any control over me. But I appreciate the sentiment. Setting aside your choice of method, you asked out of concern. That's more than enough for me. A soft smile spread across her lips, but all it inspired in me was powerlessness. She was putting on an act. Was the sentiment really more than enough? Of course not. Not when she was still trembling so much. But what was I to do? What was I, unable to leave this house and helpless against the will of the Bollingers, to do? I was incapable of assuaging her pain, wasn't I? I couldn't do anything, could I? Before I throw in the towel, I need to take some real time to think. To stop running from the problem. To figure out a real way to give her what she wants. That doesn't involve curses and angry words. There has to be something only I can do. Giselle. I took the hand that's been tracing her scars and slid it around her waist. Even now, her trembling showed no sign of abating. I will never, the one thing I could do, hurt you again. Was to wrap her trembling body in my arms. I want you here with me. All I ask of you now is to be at my side. You can be scared. You can quiver. But please, don't apologize for it. Please don't feel bad about it. I promise not to turn my head away from your pain. So I ask of you, try not to keep it buried. I have no power or influence. I don't know all the right things to say. I'm a man with nothing to his name. But the one thing I do have is a heartfelt desire to do whatever I can for you. As soon as I tightened my grip around her waist, she lurched forward, throwing her arms around me. Muffled whimpers resonated against my shoulders where she had buried her head. Eventually they grew into unfettered sobs. Valid. Yo, kinda me, right? And my bedchamber was enveloped, and my bedchamber was enveloped in the sound of weeping. She cried like a little child. The usual strong-willed, cheerful, optimistic Giselle wailed from the depths of her soul. This past year, she had constantly been nudging me forward. It was always her leading the way. There had undoubtedly been moments where she had wanted to cry like this but couldn't. So starting now, I was going to try and support her too. I was sure I would mess something up, but I had little experience being caring. I would probably anger her, probably stress her out, probably make her cry. But I had found my resolve. I had overcome my hesitation. I was sure I could do it. That I could create a place where she could find peace. I could surely. Giselle didn't stop crying until the sun had begun peeking over the horizon. I had, as I said, not looked away, simply holding her in silence. She had a decidedly not childlike frame, but she seemed incredibly small in my arms. We felt each other's warmth through my clothes. Between sniffles, Giselle said softly, "One day, I'm certain, I'll be able to, without hesitation, be properly joined with you. And it'll be wonderful. Right now, I still can't control the shaking. But eventually, I want to be able to put my hands on you too." The affection infused in each and every word was palpable. Sometime later, she drifted off to sleep, exhausted. I prayed from the bottom of my heart that at least tonight, she would have pleasant dreams. Yeah, oh my is right, but like, that hit so fucking hard, man. This story is incredible. Like, honestly, anytime, like, you can write something to the point of, like, tears for me. I mean, I don't think I am incredibly emotional. You know, I say that, but the amount of times I've cried on stream is crazy. I don't think I'm incredibly emotional, at least in my day-to-day life. So whenever, like, I come upon, like, a story or something that, like, affects me as, like, deeply as something like this, like, I can't help but, like, 10 out of 10. Like, it is so good. I think we're, like, right about time here too, though. So, if anything, it's, like, probably a great place to call it. If I'm being honest, let's just live in that moment. Today was just, like, it was good. To end on, like, a good note like that, I'm going to sleep well tonight. You know? But yeah, I do believe that is going to be it for me. What an incredible game. One of the best of all time. I'm not even done. I don't know how far I am in the game,
But like, if there's more ahead of me that gets me at that level, it might be my number one. But yeah, GG's. Thank you. Let's see. Do we have anyone to send people to right after that? Because, man, that was something. It doesn't really look like anyone's online right now. I mean, Woodsman Jack is on. Shinobu is on. Oh, I don't know if I know Shinobu. Let's see. Shinobu check. Mind posting a link flash? Because I am totally down to go ahead and send our people over to them. Yeah, Shinobu and Infox. Okay. Thank you. This will be my first time being acquainted with them as well. Ooh, Borderlands 4. Okay. Ooh, fun time.
Entered the pit? Have you entered the pit?
A little bit of like bleed through. Anyways, yeah, let me go ahead and put their link up here. Make sure to show them some love. And then, as always, we are doing the... Let me write this out as the raid message. Gaga raid. We run it down. But yeah, that is going to do it for me tonight. I'll probably be stopping in there with Shinobu here for just a quick minute before I maybe try to go grab a bite to eat. But as always, for everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around, thank you so much. Always appreciate the company. Fata Morgana is incredible. GG's. Make sure to like and subscribe as it helps out immensely. And until next time, peace.